This is James T. We're here with Bobby.
Macho Bob. It's Macho Bob.
And Mike Shepard here at the Red Devil Rumble.
Lightning Mike Shepard, baby. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Sponsored by the Signal 12 Gym. You're going to have a bout card here. This is April 30th at the Oak Hill High School. Black corner is going to be sponsored by Patriot Painting, and the red corner is going to be sponsored by Speedworks. And
if you need your side-by-side worked on, you need to go faster, you need some wheel suspension, Speedworks, baby.
Bobby, it looks like we're just about to get the ring announcer in here to announce maybe the national anthem, right?
I'm ready.
Mike, this is a really nice layout here at Oak Hill High School.
Yeah, it really is.
You got a packed gym tonight.
Steve's been having events down here for at least 10 years, I believe. And he used to do them over at an armory. Now he's doing them here at the high school. Gets a lot of support here.
Good
he
fit.
does it once a year. Not a lot of open seats available.
None.
So.
I don't see an open one.
Welcome, Oak Hill, West Virginia, to the Red Devil Rumble! Tonight's event is sanctioned by the West Virginia State Athletic Commission. Commissioner Leon Ramsey, chairperson. Commissioner Leon Ramsey and Brandon Gray at ringside. Chief Deputy Commissioner Doug Robinson at ringside overseeing the events and officials tonight. Our referees for tonight's bouts, Bill Clancy, Brian Hills. Our judges, Jonah Kogar, Matt Jones, Justin Roberts. Our timekeeper for tonight, Crystal Wagner. Our scorekeeper, Mary Robinson. Inspectors for tonight's bouts, Terry Van Busker, James Wiseman, Jeremy Wagner, and Rick Bryant. Are you fans ready? Okay, West Virginia, we can do better than that. Are you ready?
I'm ready. You ready, James?
I am ready, Bobby.
How about you, Mike?
Fighters
Yeah, I'm ready.
to the
Let's do
ring.
it.
Our official tonight for this bout, Bill Clancy.
And Bill Clancy is a well-known referee, Mike.
He's been all over the world refereeing world title fights for years. I wouldn't even know how long.
40 years of experience. 40 years.
As long as I can remember.
I've seen him on TV any number of times. And always does a very good job, of course, here in West Virginia, as well in all amateur boxing. Safety is the number one concern of all the ring officials, from the referees to the ring inspectors, all the way around. There's medical personnel here as I'm looking around the ring. And
At this time, please stop what you're doing. Remove your lids and let's show honor to our nation.
here we go with the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Fighters to the stage.
Play ball, baby. Let's roll.
Out of the Patriot Painting black corner, we have Christian McGuire, who looks to be 0-0. He's going to be competing in 3 one-minute rounds in the amateur heavyweight boxing division against Levi Garrison out of the Signal 12 gym. Also making his debut, Bobby, at 200 pounds, 230 pounds.
Two guys making their debut. Hopefully we don't have a lot of nerves. Hopefully they come in here and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, so it looks like I see the fighter from the black corner coming out first, and that may be Christian McGuire.
Yeah, we had Christian. He got to stand back here in the door and listen to the national anthem, so he got some attention back there. It seems swaying. He looks like he's ready to go.
First time heavyweights. It's always exciting. You never know what you're going to see. Anybody's first time, but heavyweights, they can easily punch.
Yeah, we're going to see some haymakers, I'm sure of it.
So we'll see if these debut boxers, both of them debuts, have any nerves coming into the ring. And it looks like Christian McGuire's coming out very calm. He's got the, he's going to be coming out of the black corner. It's usually red and blue, but this time, Mike, I think the school colors here at Oak Hill High School are red and black.
Hey, I talked to Christian in the back. He's got a baby on the way.
I talked to him as well. He said he was a state runner-up in wrestling.
Yeah, so you know he's a tough guy.
So McGuire dressed in the blue trunks with the black gloves coming out of the black corner. Against Levi Garrison. So it's going to be McGuire out of the black and Garrison out of the red.
The hammer. Levi Garrison wearing the hammer on the front of his trunks.
Levi Garrison. Isn't that chewing tobacco?
Yeah, Levi Garrett chewing tobacco. That was
Garrett. Okay.
Yeah, well, this might be his son, Levi Garrett's son.
All right, introducing first, standing at 5 foot 11 inches tall, weighing in at 113.4 pounds, with a fight record of 0 wins, 0 losses, making his debut tonight, coming from Oak Hill, West Virginia, Christian McGuire.
I like this ring announcer.
Yeah,
he's sharp.
He's got some passion.
Yes, he does. He's got the right colors on. He's got the red bow tie.
Standing at 6 foot 2 inches, tall, weighing in at 139.8 pounds, making his debut boxing fight, coming out of Oak Hill, West Virginia, Levi the Hammer Garrison.
So Garrison's going to come out of the red corner and McGuire out of the blue corner, black corner. This Garrison-McGuire heavyweight bout is going to be 3 one-minute rounds. So Garrison's going to come out of the red and
Not
McGuire
much time.
out of the black.
Not much time to feel each other out.
Not at all. It's got.
I'm sure they're not going to be filling out.
I wonder who's more nervous, me or them?
Well, both of them look to come out in the orthodox stance. Garrison's ready. Garrison's coming out, and he touches gloves with McGuire. Garrison slips from a jab. McGuire's the aggressor here. McGuire's throwing the jab. There goes a left hook by Garrison, and another left hook. That left hook seems to be working for Garrison. Garrison seems to have a few pounds. He jabs McGuire. He's got McGuire in a scramble here. And then here comes McGuire right back. Wow, Garrison just threw a left jab, and then that left hook is really taking it to McGuire. McGuire's on the run. McGuire settles down. Referee Clancy settles him down. Didn't take very long for either boxer to get their offense started here. Garrison looking to throw a couple of feints there, and they tie up, and then they release.
Garrison a little more comfortable in the boxing posture.
He is, but McGuire lacks nothing for passion here. Look, trying to throw a right hand, and then he does an entire 360 before the round ends. Fantastic round. Exciting round.
Trying to hit that spin move on him.
Garrison, if he would, I haven't seen him throw a jab. If he would throw some jabs,
First round was brought to you by
I like his left
Bandits
hook. Mike's pretty
Mail
strong.
Mike, do you agree that the jab is the best punch in boxing? It opens everything up.
Yeah, it's the most used punch in boxing.
If you've got a jab, you've got a chance.
It needs to be.
Yes, I agree with that.
I tell my people 60% of your punches should be jabs. But, you know, when you're in a 12-round fight, probably 70%.
Right, and 70%, but not 100% of those need to land. You can use that as a measuring stick.
Yeah, blind your opponent, a decoy.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's a good safety device. Like, if you're up on your front leg, you just throw a right hand, you want to get the safe. You throw your jab, and it'll rotate your shoulders back and put you in a defensive posture.
Okay, Garrison comes out against McGuire. They touch gloves. Nice short sportsmanship. Garrison comes out with a wild left hooks, and here comes McGuire. McGuire pushed off. Oh, and he goes to the canvas on a punch, and referee Clancy calls it a punch and a knockdown.
There was a punch.
There was a punch. And here we go. Clancy brings them back together. Here comes McGuire looking to make up for that knockdown. He's down a point in the round. He's got Garrison backed into a corner right in front of us. Garrison looking for the big left hook.
Oh, and he landed.
And there is a second knockdown, and Garrison takes the knockdown. We're tied up 9-9 here.
Garrison is moving forward, stepping across his front leg and being left-handed.
McGuire touches
I just
gloves.
noticed that.
He doesn't. And here comes Garrison with a left hook. Now Garrison switches to a lefty stance. Garrison out of the lefty stance. McGuire jabs him to the ropes, and that's the end of the round. 2 knockdowns.
Like Mike said, Levi Garrison swinging through with that right hand and then following through right into a southpaw stance.
Yeah,
Hey, McGuire caught him with one though, didn't he?
yeah. It's third round's going to be
West
interesting.
Virginia Athletic Commission, please do not use the flash on your camera or your phones. Please do not use.
Hey,
the
Mike,
flash
that'll
on
make
your
you go
camera
blind. You know
or your
that, right?
phone.
What?
Not
Look
safe
at
for
them
our
ring
boxers.
girls like that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see one, but okay.
So this bout, Mike, it's safe to say it's still up for grabs here.
Oh, yeah, it's
Hey,
yeah.
McGuire is building some confidence over here. He feels way better between rounds this time.
I agree.
I would call it.
And I think his gas tank feels better. It looks like Levi's over here sucking for some air.
So
I would call it 1 round each, even though they both were knocked down. I think the black corner come on stronger.
third and final round, Garrison and McGuire. McGuire, they exchange jabs in the center of the ring, and now Garrison switches back and forth from the left hand to the right hand. Looks like Garrison landed a nice punch, and here comes McGuire.
Wow.
Garrison is backs against the ropes, and now he charges back off of it. They've got less than a minute now to figure out who's going to win this bout. Circling on the outside is Garrison. Taking the center of the ring is McGuire. McGuire in an orthodox stance, hasn't thrown a punch in about 15 seconds here.
Yeah, they need to jab.
And Garrison looks over. It's a slip. It's a slip here, and the referee brings them back together. Let's see who wants it more. There's McGuire. There's Garrison. They're exchanging punches. That's a 10-second bell. Let's see if anybody lands. And they're exchanging wild left hooks here. And it might be McGuire taking the advantage here. Garrison ties up. Garrison ties up.
Man.
Nice opening bout.
I feel sorry for these judges right now.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Yeah. Flip a coin, man. Flip a coin.
I like the way McGuire finished, but he's out of towner. Who knows? That's why they have judges on 3 different sides, because you see it different. I've watched fights from one side and then watched a video of it from another side and saw it totally opposite.
Well, the fight definitely didn't lack for action, did it, JT?
It did not. We had 2 knockdowns, and both fighters acquitted themselves very well in a debut fight. You know, one of the things that you hear in the as we wait for the ring announcer to give us a decision, It's the sportsmanship both of these guys showed to one another with the touch of the gloves at the beginning of the round and a hug afterwards.
And that's a commonality that I see in a lot of these fights, man. The pugilists that come in here and fight each other, they come in with good attitudes. Sure, they want to beat the other guy up, but at the end of it, man, you're both warriors.
No doubt.
And they're tired, and they and they're tired of getting hit in the face.
Yeah, too tired to have any attitude.
Yeah.
So as we wait for the decision, it looks like we have another amateur bout on the card next, Bobby, with out of Craycraft, out of Gallipolis. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Ohio.
Gallipolis.
Have you ever heard of a better fighter's name than Brawley? Wes Brawley.
That's a name.
Wes Brawley and Kagan Gallagher at a 165-pound weight limit in the middleweights.
And I met Keegan Gallagher back here in the back. He's a wrestler and an MMA guy who's looking to improve his hand striking. That's why he's here.
So let's see if the Hammer can take home a victory here or if it goes to Christian McGuire out of the black corner.
In. With Judge rated at 28-29. Judge 2, 29-28. Judge 3, 29-28. Going into a split. Winner coming out of the red corner, Garrison.
So if you're keeping score at home, it's one for the red corner.
Red corner, Levi Garrison came out. He looked like he had a little bit more comfort in the boxing realm early, and I think the younger fighter McGuire came on later. He got a little bit more confidence, landed a shot or two, and realized he had a little bit better gas tank.
He might have waited a little
Just
too
want to
long.
remind you guys, you might want to
If he would have
50-50.
If he would have
It's
picked
up to
it up at the
$600.
beginning of that third round, I think he could have made it interesting.
Well, Mike, as they get back into the gym, they're going to look at this tape and they're going to realize the value of the jab, I think.
Yes,
Because,
no doubt. And the boy that was
so we just
switching his
turn the lights on,
stance,
go home
he
with
was
your
in the
thing.
middle of
You want some
combination
more fights?
doing that. And man, it's so
All right.
dangerous
Wesley Brawley
to be
come on
left-handed.
down.
Right-handed stepping forward to be left-handed when you got a right-hander right in front of you.
And that's how he got clipped in that second round.
I remember.
Okay, here comes Wes Brawley out of the Patriot Painting black corner.
He was born to be a boxer with that name, Bobby, Wes Brawley.
Or he should start a paper towel company.
All right, Keegan
Oh, that's Brawley, my bad.
It's time.
Wes Brawley looks to be out of the Craycraft gym. He's had just about a month's worth of training, they told me, in the back there. He's going to be going 3 1-minute rounds against Kagan Gallagher, who's going to be out of the O2 gym.
They tell me Gallagher's an MMA fighter, and he's in here to work on his boxing skills and progress as a mixed martial artist.
Same thing with Gallagher. You look for a lot of switching stances, maybe.
And I love this BO2. They bring a team, man, and they support each other. You watch them walk through here. They come through in a parade with every fighter.
They do. They must have to bring a bus down.
Yeah,
Bobby.
that's good to see.
And of course, it's Justin Navarro. They call him Teddy Bear, working out of that VO2 gym.
I'm pretty sure Mike Shepard owns a victory over Justin Navarro, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I got lucky once.
So Kagan Gallagher has given hugs to all the members of his team here before he steps into the ring. That really brings a lot of confidence when you travel with the crowd, Bobby.
That's camaraderie, man. It's a little sled dog mentality. You're going in there alone, but you're not going in there alone, if you know what I mean.
And Bobby, what more can you say about the video that we have up in front of us? The fans at home can see what it looks like ringside here, because Kagan Gallagher has at least 12 people outside the ring cheering him on right now. Touches gloves and a very nice show of sportsmanship with Wes Brawley.
And this guy looks pretty well conditioned too over here in the red corner. He's got the braids in his hair. You can see a little bit of six-pack popping through there. Like I said, a wrestler. He's got a wrestling background. He's a mixed martial artist coming out here to improve his hands. So let's see what he's got.
So Brawley's stretching out there right in front of Justin Navarro. And we're going to get the announcement.
Standing at 5'9", weighing in at 166.2 pounds, making his debut boxing match, coming from Gallagher, Ohio, Wesley Brawley. And his opponent for tonight, fighting out of the Speedworks red corner, standing at 6 foot tall, weighing in at 163.6, with a debut fight, coming from Newark, Ohio, Keegan Gallagher.
Newark, Ohio, near Columbus. They seem to have a deep pool of athletes they can find new fighters on a regular basis.
I think we may, if Gallagher is an MMA fighter, we may see him switch stances maybe once or twice. But Brawley, let's see what he comes out in. I'm going to guess he comes out in the orthodox stance. And he does. He comes out in the orthodox stance. So does Gallagher. Brawley comes in. He's the aggressor for the very first part. And he throws a hard right hand to Gallagher's head. Gallagher backing up, and there's Gallagher switching, and he lands a right hook out of the southpaw stance and then returns to the orthodox stance. Brawley ducks his head, and he's looking to throw a hard right hand to the body. Gallagher is clipping Brawley. Gallagher is jabbing.
Brawley's landing that right hand.
Gallagher lands a right hand. Brawley misses with a loud overhand right over the head. Both fighters neither having a hard time getting their offense started. Gallagher and Brawley are twisting and turning in the middle of the ring. Referee brings it back, touch of gloves again, and we restart.
A lot of offense, not much defense.
Brawley looking to land the right hand. Gallagher up against the ropes. Gallagher lands a left hook right at the bell.
Hey, both guys are good at throwing and punches, not very good at defending them.
Yeah, they're bouncing around an awful lot.
Yeah, they're expending a lot of energy, Mike.
They got to have happy feet, and if you're bouncing, you got to get your feet down to throw a punch.
But of course, Mike, again, it's both their debut fights. I'm sure there's nerves involved.
I thought Gallagher was pretty crisp with his right hand left hook. This other guy in the black corner, he was kind of slapping. Wasn't putting his hips into it, using his knocker knuckles.
His cornerman seemed to be pretty happy with what he did over here, so we'll see what happens. He was finding a home for that overhand right.
They're a really good boxing gym. They have some really good amateur boxing. And
this is the Craycraft gym.
Yes.
So Gallagher's off his seat, and so is Brawley. Seconds are out. Referee Bill Clancy's going to bring them back together, and they touch gloves. Gallagher comes out in a southpaw stance. Brawley in the orthodox stance. Brawley's looking to land the right hand, and now they have action in the middle of the ring. Brawley's ducking his head and not jabbing, but he comes back with a hard right hand. He's got to keep that head up. Oh, and Gallagher lands a hard right hand, and Brawley shakes it off, but he can't shake off the body punch that Gallagher just landed. Gallagher back to the left-handed stance, switches stance, and there's Brawley got Gallagher back against the ropes.
Oh, clean break, good sportsmanship.
They need to jab.
0 jabs this fight. There's a jab.
Brawley out of the orthodox stance, Gallagher out of the southpaw stance. Brawley's throwing a combination. He's putting a 1-2 together, and he clips Gallagher with a left hook. Gallagher with his head in the middle of Brawley's chest. They're both swinging. Time, the end of the second round.
I'll give you this, man. Neither guy's afraid to get hit.
No, they're having a good time.
Yeah, they are. It's a good fight.
They need to just settle down. Just settle down a little bit. It happens the first time. You know, when you get in there that first time, for one, you've already ran a marathon before the bell rings. You're exhausted.
Right, just preparing yourself
Just
mentally.
the stress of the anticipation. And then the bell rings, and boy.
Both guys look like they have good gas tanks. I see them over here in the corner. Neither guy's struggling for air. Neither guy, no desperation. This is going to be a good one. Another tough one to judge.
Well, it's going to come down to this third round, Bobby.
Oh, there's no doubt. I don't even have a clue who.
All right, Gallagher and Brawley for the third and most likely decisive round here. A knockdown will win this fight for sure.
Oh, they hugged.
There they go. They touch gloves. Brawley comes out. Gallagher comes out. They exchange backhand power punches. And Gallagher lands a right hand, but Brawley's got a chin. I can tell you that. Brawley is not backing down. Gallagher's pinballing off of Brawley.
He just ate that lead left hook again. He's got a good chin on him, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. And he's throwing 1-2s. Brawley is. But he's not jabbing to get his way in. If he would jab, he could get his way in. If he would jab, he could get his way in, land that right hand, which he's got a nice right hand. And Gallagher catches Brawley in a scramble, but doesn't capitalize. Brawley with a right hand drives Gallagher back to the ropes. Brawley's got a lot of strength there. Neither boxer is really making use of the jab here. Brawley, you can see, is loading the right hand, and he misses. And Gallagher comes back, and Gallagher lands a right hand, and then Brawley exchanges a right hand right at the bell. And this is going to be tight, Mike.
I wouldn't have a clue.
I have no idea who won that fight. But I'll tell you this is Mr. Gallagher, who's coming in here to work on his boxing skills for MMA. I think he made some improvements there.
I'm sure.
You can see where he can close the distance using his punches, and he was looking to level change.
Yeah, you can tell he's used to grabbing and taking him to the ground.
Yeah, 1-2, work his way inside and then get it on the ground.
He threw some nice punches. He was just in a hurry, you know. You got to use that jab a little more to get that right hand set up.
Agreed.
I liked his right hand left hook, though.
And both guys with a lot of wasted motion.
Yeah. When they would get within range, they were just tangled up.
Right.
Just trying so hard. But I'm sure, you improve more after your first fight than any other.
Oh, yeah. Excellent debut for both guys. No losers here.
Again, excellent debut. Exciting bout.
At this time, we would like to acknowledge Highland Memorial Park Funeral Home. Thank you guys for your donation.
So as we wait here for the decision, we have 3 2-minute rounds in the next cruiserweight matchup, Bobby. But looks like the ring announcer is waiting for the scorecards. Looks like referee Bill Clancy has the scorecard, and looks like the announcer is just about to make this announcement.
All right, fight fans, the judges have made their decision. Judge 1 scores 28-29. Judge 2 scores 28-29. Judge 3 scores 28-29. Coming by unanimous decision, fighting out of the black corner, Wesley
So out of the black corner is
and that win is brought to you by Patriot Painting.
Brawley moves to 1-0 on his career.
And Gallagher takes away some invaluable experience here. He did look good. All 3 judges gave him at least a round.
And that experience will bode well for him as he moves forward in his mixed martial arts career.
Sure. So
I got one question. You guys tired yet? Y'all ready to go home? We got a bunch more cards left over.
So the next bout, Bobby, will be a cruiserweight bout.
At this time,
and these rounds will be a little bit longer. So we're going to have likely a little slower pace.
Yep, leaving the tough man realm and getting into some polished boxers here.
The Y with the E, and I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call the mystery. Well,
And out of the black corner will be Prophet Johnson out of the O2 gym again. He's going to be making his debut. And out of the red corner will be Maverick Perkins.
Another local guy. I understand this Maverick Perkins has some fight pedigree. I guess his father and his brother were some good boxers in this area.
So Maverick Perkins out of the red corner. Coming in at 180 pounds is Maverick Perkins, and he's 1-1.
Looks like he might have been a running back in the day. He's got a set of legs on him up there.
And as you can see, Bobby, look at the
Maverick Perkins, come on down!
Look at the crowd that the VO2 gym brings.
Yeah, they travel, baby. It don't matter where they go, they travel.
Yeah, Maverick Perkins. He certainly looks the part for a middleweight boxer.
Reminds me a little bit of Jarrell Sanders. It's built like Jarrell Sanders.
Excuse me, that's Prophet Johnson. I'm sorry, out of the black corner.
Yes,
Prophet Johnson certainly looks the part, as does Maverick Perkins. Maverick Perkins out of the red corner.
Got the
1-1. Got the Perkins 1-1.
Fighting out of the Patriot Painting black
like
corner.
His urban camo leggings he's
Standing
got
at
on.
5'10" tall, weighing in at 195.2, with his debut fight coming out of Newark, Ohio, Prophet
Johnson out of the black corner.
Got some good springs on him over there.
And Maverick Perkins out of the red corner. So,
and his opponent for tonight, fighting out of the Speedworks red corner, standing at 5'11" weighing in at 184.0. Fight record of 1 win and 1 losses, coming to you straight out of Fayetteville, Maverick Perkins!
they both look the part here, Bobby. Johnson out of the black corner and Perkins out of the red corner. Excuse me, it was the trunk color had me caught there for just
and
a quick
Dave,
second.
James, a shout out to the people that came out to watch, man. We got a full house in here. What a good crowd.
It's overflow. I mean, it's absolutely packed and every table is packed.
Here we go.
Perkins out of the orthodox stance and so is Johnson. Johnson with the jab and a hard right hand.
There's that jab we've been looking for.
Right hand for Johnson. He's got
Prophet Johnson means business.
Neutral corner. Referee Bill Clancy is giving Maverick Perkins a count here. And he's going to meet the belt.
Prophet Johnson got some fast twitch muscle. This dude's got some power.
No doubt. He threw a right hand and drove.
And he opened it up with the jab. We've been waiting to see that jab all night, James. And Prophet just gave us 2 good ones. And you see what that opens up when you can work that jab.
Yeah, so
I don't know what's going on. A mouthpiece must have come out and got dirty or something.
So Perkins took that shot like a champ, and Johnson laid it on him. And now we're going to come back, time back in. Johnson in the middle of the ring, and Perkins with his back to the ring.
And
Johnson is throwing heavy leather here, and
he has zero respect for Maverick Perkins.
And it's Perkins who's backing up here against the ropes. Perkins is backing. Johnson is the pursuer. Johnson throws a right hand, and I'm not sure why the referees stopped. It looked like there might have been a blow there, below the belt on the cup.
And he's working that jab high-low. He's throwing it to the head. He's throwing the jab to the body, and that's opening up that powerful right hand.
So Perkins is going to have, as long as he needs here, up to 5 minutes to recover from what appears to be a punch that might have strayed below the belt there. I did not see it, but referee Bill Clancy is giving Prophet Johnson a little bit of instruction. And Prophet Johnson is listening to the advice of the referee, and they're going to give Perkins as much time as he needs.
And this Prophet Johnson, like I said, reminds me a little bit of Jarrell Sanders. He's got some real pop in that right hand.
He sure does. So Johnson is in the white neutral corner as we all wait here, and looks like Perkins is ready. Perkins is going to go to the opposite white corner, the neutral corner, and here comes Johnson. Johnson looking to land to the head, and he's got Maverick Perkins back to the ropes again. That's a familiar place for Maverick Perkins. Johnson in the middle of the ring throws a hard jab to the body.
And a hard straight right that just missed.
Johnson in the middle of the ring. Perkins looking to throw a right uppercut, missed with that punch. And Johnson sends a shot, torpedo, right to the head, and then again to the head of Maverick Perkins. Perkins has a chin on him. And that razor-sharp jab. Let's see if Johnson looks to land a left hook
on the bottom.
And he lands a left hook.
We're going to get a standing 8.
Clancy sends Maverick Johnson to the neutral corner and gives Perkins.
And that's it. That's it. His corner man stepped in. He's seen enough. And I agree with that, too. There was just no match in physicality in that fight. One guy came here to really fight, and one guy just kind of showed up.
Well, they both acquitted themselves very well. Maverick Perkins was overmatched here against Johnson's power.
Yeah.
And when Johnson landed a final, I believe it was a left hook.
Yeah, the left hook turned him around backwards, and that's when the referee stepped. Well, it was his corner man over here that stepped in and said he'd seen enough.
And said it was enough. And, you know, that is the most important thing in this amateur boxing. Yeah, there we go. We have the replay. We can see Johnson takes Perkins back to the ropes. And right there lands a hard left hook that drives Perkins back to the ropes and into the corner. And it's safety first, Bobby.
Yeah, that's when the corner stepped in and said they'd seen enough. That was a couple big shots. And that's what we're all about here is fighter safety.
No doubt. Prophet Johnson with a very, very impressive debut.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him fight again. He's got some real ability. Like I said, reminds me a lot of a very offensive Jarrell Sanders.
Yeah, at 165, he is 185 pounds, excuse me.
Look at the calves on that guy. That's how you can tell when you got a good athlete.
Winner fighting out of the lane black corner, Prophet Johnson!
Well, certainly.
Good show of sportsmanship there.
Prophet Johnson out of the O2 gym. You'd certainly like to see him in the ring again, Bobby.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, man, they just grow them up there, don't they? I don't know where they keep finding them. Every time they come down, you see a new VO2 fighter.
At 185 pounds, he is a force to be reckoned with. I can tell you that.
He's got some real power. He's got quickness. He's fast twitch. He's exuberant. He loves to be in the gym. He looks like he's an entertainer.
Yeah, well, for a debut fighter, if they do show the replay, and it looks like, Bobby, they are showing the replay. Look how accurate the punches are. They were landing on the 2 or 3 right on the chin.
Right, that was an interesting one, wasn't it?
And he's got so much room for improvement, James.
He sure does.
Nice going on, huh?
He landed some clean, hard punches.
Yeah, that left hook finished it. He had it up right there. He was looking for the door. He was looking for the exit.
And that was it for our cruiserweight.
Now we've got a pro heavyweight bout, James, between Jeremy Browning out of the Patriot Painting black corner, 0-1, taking on Jeremy Karsner. I believe he's an Oak Hill guy. Coming in at 0-6 out of the Speedworks red corner. He must love boxing.
Okay. He's got a boxing background, an MMA background, and a kickboxing background. I believe he also might be out of the... looks like they are bringing in the black corner first. So that will be Jeremy Browning.
Yeah, they keep throwing us curveballs, putting them in the black corner with red trunks.
Yeah, exactly. But he's got the blue tape on his gloves out of the black corner wearing the red trunks. So Browning out of the black corner. Looks like it's going to be Karsner out of the red corner.
And here they come again, the VO2 parade.
So Karsner is, he left his team behind, Bobby.
He outran him. He got up there quick. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go. Looks like he's out of the VO2 gym. I see former heavyweight boxer Justin Navarro is gonna. Looks like he's gonna be the chief cornerman there.
Check out those pink shoes, JT. I'd like to have a pair of those.
I would say.
It'll match my shirt.
You've got a nice. That's a great color on you, Bobby.
No, I love it. Makes me feel
Introducing
macho.
first, fighting out of the Patriot Painting black corner, standing at 6 foot 1 inches tall, weighing in at 247 pounds, .4, with a fight record of 0 wins and 1 losses. Coming to you from Hearts, West Virginia, Jeremy Browning.
And Browning has a couple of guys in his corner back there.
And his opponent for tonight, fighting out of the Speedworks red corner, standing at 6 foot 0 inches, 239.8 pounds, with 0 wins and 6 losses. Coming to you from Commercial Point, Ohio, Jeremy Garrison.
I usually just go with the guy with the better developed calves, but these guys look equally developed, James.
About the same height too. It doesn't look like Browning has. He may have an inch over Karsner.
Karsner
or maybe
looks like
the other way around, actually.
Karsner appears to have a little bit more back, a little bit upper body development, got a little more traps. We're going to see, man. They're ready to go. 4 3-minute rounds, pro heavyweight boxing.
So Browning out of the black corner, Karsner out of the red corner. Browning comes out with a jab, another jab, a third jab. Karsner yet to respond. Now Karsner throws the hook.
I like this Browning sticking that jab out there.
Browning jabbing. Karsner looks to exchange. Now Karsner takes the lead. Browning very disciplined with that jab, Bobby. He's very disciplined with the jab.
Both guys very stationary with their feet. They seem to be pretty confident sitting right there in a phone booth.
Agreed. Browning very patient and very consistent with that jab. You can see he's cocking it, and there goes Karsner with his flipping jab. Karsner tries the right hand, but it's stymied. Now Karsner tries an overhand right, and he clipped Browning. So a couple of nice exchanges here in the first couple of minutes, Bobby.
And both guys seem to be, they're comfortable out there throwing the jab. We haven't seen many power punches. We've seen Karsner with that overhand right a couple times. Browning seems confident, just sit there feeling everything out right now.
Browning patient with the jab, feints the jab. Karsner doesn't respond. Karsner comes forward, but lands nothing of significance. Browning with the jab. Karsner misses with the 1-2. Karsner hits right down the middle with the 1-2.
Good straight right there from Karsner.
And now Karsner tries the uppercut, and he clipped Browning with something, and now he's got Browning turned around in the ring.
That got some results. He felt those punches. The referee stopped the action here for some reason.
I think he might ask the ring doctor to take a look at Mr. Browning, and the doctor's asking a question. Browning, I didn't see.
Well, it's always questionable when a fighter turns his back. Yeah, if he turns his back, he's probably hurt or he's run,
Browning comes out. Karsner the aggressor here. Karsner the aggressor with a variety of punches.
He's got him on Queer Street. This one's over.
Yeah.
This one's over. Karsner with his first victory. He's coming out here 1-6, James.
Yeah, and looks like Bill Clancy did the right thing here because they're bringing a chair out for Browning. And Browning with a big smile on his face. But when you're in an awkward position, as Browning was, the second time that he got turned around, Bill Clancy said that's enough and waved it off.
That's the thing about this boxing and MMA. You get in the ring, you get in the cage, you start getting hit, there ain't nowhere to run. Right. And that's why we have the third man in the ring. That's why we have the referee.
Safety first. The most unfortunate thing is after a knockout, waiting around for the guy to recover, or the girl.
Absolutely.
So you never like to see that.
Looks like we have an intermission coming up after this fight, JT.
Oh, good. So I'll carry the action here. We're going to see if we get a couple of replays we wait for the official time of this stoppage.
All right, fight fans. Referee called the stoppage to this fight. 1 minute, 44 seconds into round one. Winner by TKO. Fighting out of the red corner, Jeremy Karsner. That win was brought to you by Speedworks.
Okay, and here's a replay of Karsner taking it to Browning, and Browning gets turned around. Looks like he got hit on the chin, and as soon as he's in a position with his back turned to Karsner, Bill Clancy calls the action, which is the right thing to do.
All right, guys, hey, we still got the 50-50 going around. It's up to $800 right now. So go ahead and get your tickets. Here to our concession stand. They got
During
great
an
food.
exchange
They're sitting there
where
waiting
someone
on
could be
you guys.
injured. Looks like we're going to take a very, very short 5-minute intermission.
All right. Joseph Perry, come on down.
And that was a very, very short intermission. Very short intermission. Because it looks like the announcer has called for Joseph Perry to come in and make his debut here. At 3 2-minute rounds. Joseph Perry, when it's time, it looks to come into the red corner, over 200 pounds. Then it's going to be Matt Crist out of the black corner. So
Taking on Joe Perry.
You know, Bobby, as we wait for the fighters, one of the nicest things about all these shows here in West Virginia is the bouts come so quickly. There's very little time in between. I think that I've been involved in shows where there's 5, 10, sometimes 15 minutes or longer in between the bouts. And it really builds momentum when you can get the fighters in and out of the ring in a very efficient way.
Right, and then you can schedule 10, 12, 15 fights, you know, as opposed to an 8 or 10 fight card.
This is that time where you go ahead and get the 50-50 tickets. Go ahead and get you a t-shirt.
So Matt Crist, another guy coming out of the VO2 Fitness Gym, so you know we're getting a fighter this time.
Yeah, Matt Crist looks like he's going to be a late replacement here. It looks like he's going to get his third fight. And this is a heavyweight matchup, 3 2-minute rounds of amateur boxing.
200-plus pounders, big boys, going to throw some leather.
Yeah, we'll see if we get a couple of replays here, Bobby. I don't know if we
And
will,
then,
but if we're fortunate enough to get those replays, we'll call the action a little bit.
And this Joe Perry.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Yep. Here we go with one of the earlier matches. Yeah, that was our
McGuire and Garrison.
McGuire and Garrison.
Yep.
And it went to McGuire out of the black corner.
And Garrison landed some big punches right there. So.
Yeah. It went to Garrison.
Right.
Garrison was the winner in that
Hate
one.
to see a guy turn his back. Now, McGuire was in there, wanted to fight. He just needs some more time in the gym and get those feet underneath him.
I think there were 2 instances where McGuire may have did a 360.
Yeah, and I think that's natural instinct for an inexperienced fighter is to, when you get clipped, you know, what's your natural instinct is to turn your back and go the other way.
Yeah, but maybe what the judges saw in giving the decision to Garrison was maybe the footwork of Garrison throughout the fight was a little more consistent insofar as he didn't do it. He seemed to be facing his opponent
I agree with that.
and that's something that, and here's another bout.
Prophet Johnson
here's
here in the
Prophet
red.
Johnson.
This
And you
guy's
can
got-
see he's very accurate with that right hand. He did miss a few punches, but I mean, when he landed punches and he had time to come forward and throw some
And you can see that he even was getting overextended a little bit, but as he gains experience and learns to reel that stuff back in and keep his base under him, he's going to be a powerful puncher for that weight class.
Yeah, looking back at it, Maverick Perkins was just undersized here.
Right, absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, and referee Bill Clancy did the right thing with the 8 count.
Excellent referee.
And here's the Browning Karsner match again, and you can see Karsner throwing some uppercuts, and then one right above the ear clipped Browning, and that was going to be it.
Yeah. And good sportsmanship there, not throwing anything dirty behind the back. And
agreed. So those were some highlights from our first 3 matches here.
And that's been pretty stock across the board so far. I've seen a couple opportunities for the guys to throw some punches when their opponent's back was turned, and they've refrained from that.
Yeah, and in our second bout, which was the Brawley Gallagher bout, given that Gallagher was an MMA fighter, I thought there might have been a moment where I anticipated a little more twisting and possibly the MMA fighter instincts kicking in, and maybe a twist or turn or an arm turn, and I didn't see any of that at all. Both fighters in that bout kept their feet and boxed, rather than brawled or tried to grapple.
I agree. Kept it good and clean.
Yeah, it was very good and clean. So that was a really entertaining first 3 bouts there.
Absolutely. I'd like to know the attendance tonight, man. I'm pretty impressed. Bleachers are full, tables are full.
This is packed to the rafters here, Bobby. And while we continue to wait for the action, the ring here, Bobby, that we have in front of us is not the traditional blue and red. Usually the blue corner is the home and the red is the visitor. But tonight we have black and red, which is a real nice change of pace here.
And it looks like Signal 12's got their own customized mat covering up here with their logos on the fight surface.
And it is sharp, Bobby. I'm going to guess that this is the first time they've used this ring canvas.
I would agree.
Because there's no blood stains on the yellow markings.
Yeah. Well, and all the fighters have appeared to have good traction and good footing so far. I haven't seen any slips yet.
No slips yet.
And sometimes that's an issue when you've got the screen printed logos on there.
Agreed. This is a pristine canvas for these boxers. So I have to say that the McGuire Garrison bout that we had to open the show might be the first time that this ring canvas has ever been
potentially. Do you have any idea what is that yellow logo, JT? I'm trying to figure. It looks like an S and a W. Is that correct?
It looks like that might be it. I know the gym here is Signal 12. Am I mistaken?
That's what it says. I'm trying to figure out what the SW.
Yeah, because if you look in the neutral corner, it does say Signal 12 for the corner protectors.
Yeah, I think we're getting after this little intermission here. I think we're about to turn up. We're three fights away from Big Chancey Hensley, the doghouse fighter from Parkersburg, the big heavyweight.
Yeah.
But then we're going to see some heavy leather. Chancey Hensley's opponent, Eric Odin, actually trains with Joe Perry, who we're about to see in this next bout. I believe these guys are sparring partners.
Hey, Bobby, we're on the screen here. The fans at home can see Bobby with his pink shirt, and this is me, JT. I've got the black buffalo plaid.
Yeah, you're good looking, JT. You look good on camera.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. Got the
I just wear this pink so people think I'm tough.
And looks like the ring announcer is ready to maybe restart the action after what was just a very short intermission. You know, Bob, this was just a beautiful trip in.
Oh, what a drive, man.
Down through.
What a drive.
I came from the north, and it was just a wonderful trip in.
The color coming in the mountains and the rolling hills.
Looks like our referee's going to be Brian Hiles here.
All right, the legend, Brian Hiles, steps in the ring.
He is a very active referee here in West Virginia.
Well, and Brian was a good fighter in his own right back in the day.
I think I may have even judged one of his last MMA bouts. So been at ringside.
So you're a judge as well as a commentator.
I am.
All right, so you've had a unique perspective and lots of experience sitting ringside looking at fights.
I've done this ringside from 2003, Bobby. I've been sitting ringside either as an inspector, a judge, a commentator.
Well, I tell you this, I value your experience. I value your experience, and you make me very confident over here on the mic.
I appreciate it. It's great to have you and Mike Shepard here.
Yeah, I can't wait till Mike gets back. He must be back there prepping a couple of his fighters. He's got a couple fighters coming up on the card.
Yeah, he's doing the regular pad, just letting his fighter hit the pads, get some of the excess adrenaline out.
Let's go to the ring announcer.
Will Matt Crist come on down?
Okay, we're going to bring Matt Crist in from VO2. I think I may wear out this mic saying VO2.
Hey, they'll travel anywhere to fight, won't they?
It seems like it. They must have at least one bus that fits at least 40 people because they have fans here and they come in with a crew. I'm going to anticipate they bring at least 12 people ringside.
And I love how they support each other.
Even Gallagher, who dropped his fight against Brawley, was at the last VO2 fight. And so here comes Matt Crist out of VO2. Boy, he's a big kid.
Yeah, he's not small, is he?
No, he's not.
You know, one thing I've noticed about these fighters, JT, they're gluttons for punishment, man. All these fighters love tattoos. You ever had a tattoo, JT? They hurt, don't they?
They do.
Everybody's like, where's it hurt the most? Everywhere.
So there's...
Yeah, look at this guy with the that's a mohawk / mullet.
Yeah, that's...
Got his ears gauged out and all the scruffy facial hair tatted head to toe. Got some the Adidas wrestling boots on with the black and white Adidas socks with the black and white striped trunks.
So Matt Crist is going to be making his boxing debut. These are going to be 2-minute rounds. And as anticipated, there are quite a few people ringside, including Justin Navarro.
And Joe Perry steps in the ring out of the Speedworks red corner.
He's also making his debut. He looks to be at least 3 inches shorter than Matt Crist.
Fighting out of the Speedworks red corner, Aaron Perry.
I think you got his name wrong. There's Joe Perry.
It's Joe Perry.
That's all right. Everybody makes mistakes, sir.
That's all right.
Me more than most, JT.
Yeah, so it looks to be about a 3-inch height difference there, if not, about 3 inches, I would say. Crist with the size advantage over Perry. So let's see how that translates. Let's see if Perry's able to overcome the height and the maybe reach advantage of Crist.
And Crist looks very angry.
Yeah, Crist comes out with the jab. Perry misses with a right hand over. Crist comes in with a jab. Perry with a right hand over.
And Crist got that left hand low.
Crist comes in with the jab and then with a hook comes over. Crist looks to land the right hand to the body, but Perry's surprisingly elusive and light on his feet here. Crist with the hook, Crist with the jab.
He is moving around pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, Perry switches to the left hand stance.
He's keeping that left hand up, protecting the jaw.
He is.
Ooh, that
he
got
takes
through.
a right hand and then Perry over top. Perry underneath. Perry's looking to duck it, and he does again. Very elusive is Perry. Perry back against the rope. Crist is aggressive here, but not cutting off the ring. He's allowing Perry.
He's being very patient. He's being very patient.
Yeah, Perry is very elusive. He's now back in that left-hand stance as Crist comes over with the jab. Crist with the straight right hand to the chin of Perry. Perry clips Crist with a right hand and then eats 9, 10, 11 punches in a row
And
that all land.
Red corner here switched stances on him a couple times.
He has. Perry's looking to defend himself against the bigger Crist here. Perry gets
that was a nice
stunned
jab.
by a counter jab. But Perry's doing a good job of not taking too much punishment. And Crist is laying that right hand into the body of Perry. Oh, and down goes Perry.
That left, he covered up good on the upper body, but that left hook to the body landed.
He sure did.
That was a big shot.
Brian Howes, yeah, Joe Perry wants to continue. Brian Howes wipes the gloves. Let's get a long 2-minute round. Nice touch of the gloves by Crist. Crist comes in with the jab. Crist comes in with the jab. Crist looking to land the right hand, and he does, and down goes Perry.
That might be it.
This may be it.
Yeah. Looks like that left hook to the body took all
Perry's
the gas
up.
on. He came here to fight, didn't he, JT?
Let's see if Perry can find the bell.
Step
he
forward.
wants to go forward.
Yep.
Perry's showing a lot of heart here, and there's the bell. Nice.
You got to respect that, JT. There's a lot of guys that would have packed it in right there.
Absolutely, and Perry was very elusive, but eventually the longer range and the height and the power of Crist caught up with Perry.
And Mr. Crist has been very patient and not gassing himself out. It looks like he's laboring a little bit for some wind over here. I think there's a little bit of difference in athleticism, but there's no question that Joe Perry's a tough guy and he came here to fight.
No doubt. Perry was he was elusive and then switched stances at least once, maybe twice during the middle of the round.
And like Mike said, sometimes when you switch stances, that gets you in trouble.
Yeah, it does. But Perry did a good job and then showed a lot of heart in getting back up to his feet. So
that's good stuff right there.
So let's see if Perry can come out and do something to slow down the attack of Matt Crist, who looks to be a man with a mission here, and that mission is to win this bout, and he's ahead on the cards, no doubt here. Nice touch of the gloves. Crist comes out, flashing the right hand, and Perry is not taking anything of significance here. He's trying to tie up Crist, and he does that successfully. I think if Perry can stay outside and maybe work the jab like he is here, he can get out of this round as well. Now he switches to the left hand. Now Perry takes a right hand to the body, but he's getting his hands up into the punching lanes, Bobby, to sort of block some of Crist's punches here, and that's a smart thing. He did eat a left hand, and now he eats a right hand to the body. And here comes Crist. You have a feeling that Crist is looking for.
See, and it's the body shots.
It's the body shots.
He's been good covering the head and avoiding damage there, but that shot right there.
Yeah, and Perry looks to be in some significant distress here. I wouldn't doubt the liver's not on that side.
Well, and he hit him with the liver shot over here in this corner with the left hook, and it looks like he's got him in a rib over there. He's not in good shape.
Yeah, it might be the rib, and that's a very painful injury. And Crist is over there giving him a nice show of support there for Joe Perry in his corner.
And what I like about this cat here in the black and white, man, he was very measured. He didn't overextend himself where he could have punched himself out and given the other fighter there a chance, but he was very patient. He picked his shots, and he put some really good body shots on him and took him out.
And here comes the replay with Crist coming over with the right hand. He's got Perry in the corner. Perry fighting back with an overhand right. And right there's the shot. Right underneath the left armpit, and down goes Perry.
When that left jab goes out, it needs to come back. That elbow's got to be tight and protect from that body shot.
Yeah, and I can say this from experience. A rib injury is one of the most common injuries in the gym. And they are painful, and they take a long time to recover.
Absolutely, very excruciating because you feel it every time you breathe.
Well, you know they say it hurts worse when you laugh, Bobby.
I don't laugh.
There you go. I can tell you that. It hurts when you laugh.
All right, let's go to the ring announcer for the decision.
Another stoppage here, Bob.
All right. Referee stopped the fight 50 seconds into the second round, declaring the winner by TKO, fighting out of the Patriot Painting black corner,
So we could have predicted coming in that Matt Crist was going to use his height and reach advantage and the power advantage, and that's exactly what we got, Bobby.
And yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that guy's skills. What impressed me most was his patience.
Yeah.
How he just sat back, picked his shots, waited till the time was right, and then dropped the bomb on it.
And Perry was very elusive through that first round. He was doing a good job of getting under the punches.
Surprisingly nimble.
Agreed.
I'ma get this money, nigga. I'ma live. First nigga in my family was illegal, but had to risk it all just to win big.
The ring girls with the t-shirt toss. Let's see who's got the best arm, JT.
Nigga, without me, my family wouldn't have food.
Okay, so it looks like they're bringing out the fighters right now, and it looks like we have the black corner coming out first.
Wesley Peters.
Yeah, I heard his name was Weston Peters.
Weston.
Let's go.
Out of the Craycraft gym. Across the border in Ohio is Weston Peters at 155 pounds. Looks like he's making his debut. I talked with Peters in the back very briefly.
Said his older brother's a pro boxer. Hey, this next guy might have the best nickname. His nickname's Aaron Sippy Cup Murray. I wonder where that comes from.
I like it. Sippy Cup. So Sippy Cup certainly has what appears to be. He's from the Signal 12 gym, Bobby, is my recollection.
Yep, local guy from Fayetteville.
Yeah, and, all right, here's Sippy Cup Murray.
All right, I love the gear. He looks the part, right?
Yeah, Murray comes out with the blue gear, the black gloves, and I'm sorry, the black boots and the red gloves.
Looking sharp. Looks like he's going to have a substantial reach advantage.
154.2 pounds. With his debut fight, coming from Gallagher, Ohio, Wesley Peters.
So Wesley Peters out of Craycraft.
He's got the tall Adidas boxing boots on. Red trim on the white trunks.
Red corner, standing at 6'3", weighing in at 153.8, with a fight record of 3 wins, 3 losses, coming straight out of Odin.
So the hometown Oak Hill fighter Aaron Murray gets a nice greeting from the crowd. And he's going to have at least a 4-inch, if not more, height advantage over Peters. So let's see what Peters can do to overcome. Peters is going to come out in the orthodox. So is Murray. Peters comes out with a nice one too. Neither fighter having trouble getting their offense started. Murray is trying to stay at distance, but Peters is really aggressive here. And now Murray is exchanging, and Peters throwing an uppercut. Peters landing a right hand right in front of us. Peters is landing some strikes here. Peters lands one right on the nose of Murray. And Murray comes back and he decks Peters right on the chin, catches him during an exchange. Murray with a strong jab. Murray's chin right in the center. These fighters are going chest to chest, and now it's Murray that's connecting. Murray connects to the body and then to the head. Peters looks to come back, throwing only to the head with some uppercuts. Murray's laying it on Peters now in the corner.
Listen to this crowd, JT. Boy, humans love conflict, don't they? They love combat.
They love combating.
Boy, those guys could fight in a phone booth, man. And both guys landing effective punches. They just throwing 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Well, Peters' strategy may be to throw an uppercut. He threw and may have landed a couple of uppercuts in there, and he got Murray right on the nose a couple of times with his right hand.
Hey, both guys, tough guys. Both guys throw a lot of punches. It's going to be an exciting next couple rounds.
Well, Peters had no trouble overcoming the height and reach advantage that Murray has. So let's see how the second round goes. So again, Peters out of the black, Murray out of the red. Murray jabs,
nice
lands the hard
jab.
And Peters comes out and he's loading up on that right hand. Now Murray seems to have the advantage in accuracy now.
He's measuring that distance.
Yeah, he's got the distance right here. And Murray's laying it on Peters right in front of us.
Peters is in trouble.
Because Murray landed a beautiful body shot, and he's landing punches to the head and body. Right, very accurate is Murray. Murray's looking to go to the head exclusively, now switches to the
Peters
body.
needs a circle out of that corner.
He sure does.
Back.
But he is not backing down in any way, shape, or form. Peters has some guts on him.
Wow.
But he's got to move that head, Bobby.
Yes,
Peters has to move the head.
Get the head off the center line.
Because Murray now can pick him apart at will if he stays at distance.
He's just moving straight forward and straight backwards.
Murray very accurate with that jab and the right hand. And there's the time.
Wow, listen to this crowd. Wow, what a couple warriors we got in here.
Got to give it to Peters right now as far as making his debut. He does not look like a debut fighter.
No, he absolutely doesn't. And if he could use those feet and move left and right instead of straight forward and straight back.
He's got to get his head off a line. When he goes back and looks at this tape, he'll see that his chin got knocked back 3 or 4 times because he didn't have it tucked and he was in a straight line.
And a couple of times I've noticed that when the referee's talking to them, he'll look at the referee and he's getting tagged when he's looking at the referee, and I think that's inexperience.
Protect yourself at all times.
Listen with your ears and not your eyes.
Protect yourself at all times is the last instruction that they give you in the center of the ring.
Absolutely. But you're right, Mr. Murray, with that long 1-2, those things are coming from a long ways away, so they've got some centrifugal force behind them.
And he's very accurate with the right hands.
Yep, he's keeping them good and tight. He's not getting wild with his punches. Here we go,
nice
round 3.
Nice touch of gloves. It could be open.
And again, another jab and an overhand right for Murray.
And here comes Peter trying to be the aggressor because he may be down on the card after the second round. And he lands a right hand to Murray's chin, but that doesn't stop Murray. Murray's going straight in for the attack here. It lands a nice right hand and then a right to the chin.
If this Weston Murray would circle, he could open some things up against Murray.
Agreed. But he's not. He throws the uppercut and then the right hand. That was a nice 2-punch combination by Peters. But Murray is now laying Peters to the ropes, and he may be ready to come back with another flurry. Peters has to get his chin down. Peters has to get his chin down because he's taking punches and not moving his head.
What a
Murray's laying it on him. Peters has to get that chin down.
What a fight.
That was good.
Hey, welcome back, Mike.
All right, I gotta go, but I just popped in here.
Yeah, we got a doghouse fighter up next, Chancey Hensley.
Yeah,
Is he ready to go?
Oh yeah.
All right.
That was they poured the heart out on that fight.
It's on the replay.
Those 3 or 4 right hands at the end there for the taller fighter.
Right there, you can see the replay right there. That
they were tired.
Yeah, Peters got to keep that chin down. But he showed an awful lot of heart, and there he is in the corner getting some, already he's getting some instruction and some congratulations from his corner. But that was a very exciting bout for the local.
I'll tell you what, JD, this crowd juiced.
I mean, the roar of the crowd says everything. After each round, they got a huge round of applause.
They had me fired up.
Agreed, me too. Nice show of sportsmanship. And you can see the size differential But it didn't seem to make a difference to Peters. He was able to get some offense started there, including a couple of nice uppercuts.
Hey, he'll make some improvements before his next fight.
Judge 1, 30-27. Judge 2, 30-27. Judge 3, 30-27. With the unanimous decision. Fighting! Oh, it's intense. Fighting out of the Speedworks red corner.
What a nice fight, and what a nice show of sportsmanship there.
Yep, Sippy Cup comes through with the victory.
He sure did.
If I got hit with that many jabs, I'd be drinking out of a Sippy Cup. Next up, we got a heavyweight bout. A couple big brawlers in here. We got Chancey Hensley, Big Country, out of the Doghouse Gym in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
And as you might expect, they weren't going to throw Hensley in on it with the debut fighter. They matched him against Eric Odin at 9-6. So we'll see how the size of Odin compares to Hensley, and here he is.
And young Mr. Odin's been at it for a while. He's been boxing for several years.
Certainly has some size on him, and he's got according to this record here, he's got a 9-6 record.
All right, I love the camouflage boots, or the trunks, I'm sorry.
Chancey Hensley, come on down!
I know this, JT. There's going to be some big leather thrown in this
And
one.
I think Hensley's going to have a little bit of a height advantage here. As we see Hensley come in, maybe entering your picture right now, there's Hensley, and he...
Coming into the Hank Williams Jr. Country Boy Can't Survive. Very fitting for this big cat. This Eric Odin looks a lot like Chancey's last opponent, the one-eyed wolf. Got the same stature.
Yes, he does.
Standing at 6 foot 2 inches tall, weighing in at 196.6 pounds, with a fight record of 9 wins, 6 losses, coming to you from Boomer, West Virginia.
So Eric Odin out of Boomer, West Virginia. Got a 9-6 record according to my scorecard, my sheet here.
Definitely got some experience in the ring. I'm hoping for a good fight here.
263.6 with a fight record of 7 wins, 1 losses. Coming to you from Ripley, West Virginia, Jason.
And if you're looking at the screen right now, you can see Mike Shepard, or you could see Mike Shepard just a moment ago, who's going to be cornering Chancey Hensley.
Lightning Mike.
So Hensley out of the red and Odin out of the black corner. I know Hensley is going to come out in the orthodox. Looks like Odin's going to come out as a lefty here.
Southpaw.
Yeah, so Hensley and Odin greeting each other at the middle of the ring. Two experienced fighters. Right hand to the body by Hensley.
Odin
left
sticking
hand to the chin by Odin.
That feeler jab out there, and then followed it up with a straight left.
Odin taking the center of the ring, and Hensley content to not move around too much here. You know, this is the two experienced amateur fighters just measuring each other, trying to find out what's going to land and what's not going to land.
And Chancey's gotten a lot better at that, at conserving his energy and opening up when the opening's there.
Well, he's moving Odin right back to the ropes.
I saw a little bit of openings there on Odin's body. Chancey just ate his best left hook right there. Just ate it. There's some openings on the body of young Mr. Odin.
Hensley very patient. So trying to figure out the southpaw stance of Odin. Odin feints the hard left hand, doesn't throw it.
And
Hensley responds with the jab.
And James, tell me about this footwork here. When you got the orthodox against the southpaw, you want to own that outside position with that lead foot. Am I right?
Yes. You want to be outside of your opponent's foot. And right now it hasn't come into play as much because Odin is circling. Now Hensley has him backed against the ropes. It's the second time Hensley's been able to move Odin to the ropes.
And he didn't do a lot of damage there, but I feel like when he covers up against the ropes right there's some openings downstairs.
Yeah. So Hensley comes over with a single jab. Odin with the right hand to the Hensley with the right hand to the body. Well,
and I think if he can hit that body a few times, then feint to the body, and it's going to open up that right to the chin.
And there's the third punch to the body by Hensley. And Odin content to just ride out the rest of the round with a couple of jabs there.
Some good body shots. I like how he's going downstairs, upstairs, like an experienced boxer should. But Mr. Odin over here, very experienced, very composed in there. Didn't seem bothered by Chauncey's power.
No, he got moved to the ropes early in the round, and then again in the second half of the round.
And I saw Chauncey take Odin probably his best left hook.
Odin did land a nice couple of left hands to the head. Didn't seem to slow down the attack of Hensley, but Hensley's very patient. And that's a good sign here for his development as a boxer. And I know Mike Shepard has a lot to do with keeping his fighters calm here. And I know that Odin is getting some good instructions over here too.
I think Chauncey's got some concrete in that beard. He's got a good chin on him. I love Mike's enthusiasm. Here we go. Round two.
Second round action. Odin out of the left-hand stance. And Hensley throws but misses a right hand to the head. Odin, Hensley measuring. He seems to have found the distance, and he's got Odin back into a corner.
That left hook landed and got him stunned a little bit.
Odin's not going to last too long in that corner against Hensley.
He's got some nice defense. He's been covering up well and minimizing the damage.
But Odin's in the center of the ring, but you have the feeling that Hensley could move him to the corner.
At will, almost.
You feel like that, but Hensley's being very patient here.
I like the patience. I like the
now
patience.
He moves his Odin to the ropes for the second time this round. Oh, there's a nice left straight.
Odin is using the jab very effectively.
And they move back to the center of the ring. And there's Hensley going to the body again. He must see something. Now he goes to the head. And now Hensley, you can see, making some calculations to try to get Odin to a corner. But Odin's having none of it. Odin is content here to maintain some discipline here, staying in the middle of the ring. And now he's got Hensley back against the ropes.
Wow. Very measured attack by Odin.
Agreed. It seems apparent to me that Hensley has the reach advantage.
Oh, that body shot got him. That right got through. He's hurt. Now's the time to go for Chauncey.
Yeah, but
he lays back. His patience. He's the fighter. I'm the fan.
Odin comes out with the jab, sees if he can keep Hensley at distance with that jab. He's throwing the jab out there, but he's taken a couple of punches. And he's been on the wrong end of a couple of flurries here by Chance Hensley. Hensley showing a lot of discipline going to that body, and it paid off.
Ooh, there's a good shot by Odin.
Just as he eats a straight left as the bell rings.
Hey, this Eric Odin's very comfortable in there. He's got some experience between the ropes.
Agreed. So they're going to get their final instructions. And without a knockdown, Bobby, this bout is still open for...
Absolutely. You never know how the judges are seeing it here.
A win. You'd have to think that the advantage in aggression at this point in the second round went to Hensley. He was trying to move Odin to the ropes, and he did so with some success a couple times that round.
And he's definitely, Chancey Hensley's definitely been the higher volume fighter. But like I said, Eric Odin's done a very good job covering up and minimizing the damage and then firing back and landing some pretty good shots of his own.
Agreed. He landed a nice left hand right at the end of the bell.
He has landed a couple good left hooks. Those body shots Chancey's thrown have landed a few, and I thought he had the opportunity to pounce, but like I said, he's a very patient fighter, and let's see what happens in the third round.
He's well trained. Here comes Hensley out in the orthodox stance. Odin. Patient is Odin, patient is Hensley, and now Hensley comes out and moves Odin into the corner, and Odin comes right back out. He does not want to be caught in that corner again in this third round. Hensley, patient, moves Odin to the rope.
Couple punch. Boy, this Odin really has some good defense and fires back.
Yes, he does. And no, he hits Hensley with the same straight left hand. It's a hard punch, and Hensley eats it. And comes right back. He's really going to the body. He's going to the body, and then he's went over, and then Odin ducked underneath it. Hensley with the long jab.
Odin throws that straight left, but it kind of comes from an angle. It's almost like a hook.
It does. And it catches Hensley off guard a little bit. Hensley may not see a whole lot of left-handers. Now it's Odin that has Hensley back into the corner for the first time this fight. Let's see if Odin can land anything of significance as Hensley ties up his arm, and referee Brian Howell steps in and lets him go. This is where Odin should get back. Now Odin switches to a right-hand stance. Now he's back to the orthodox stance. And this is the time where Odin, if he wanted to, could make a final rush here. But there's not a whole lot of urgency by Odin here at the moment. He's content to look for opportunities and be patient and look for his shots. Same thing, Hensley also very patient. Let's see if Hensley tries to go to the body again. Now Odin goes to the body. Now,
big uppercut, that landed.
Hensley lands an uppercut. And that was the best punch of the round for Chancey Hensley. And now he's got Odin back against the ropes.
What a
great fight.
Yeah.
Two heavyweights and...
and James, two heavyweights with big chins because they both took some big shots.
Hensley took at least 3 straight left hands. And as you said, they were not the straight S punches, but they were straight left hands with a little bit of a loop to them.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting angle. That thing was coming in it looks like it's coming in straight, but then it's hitting him flush on the side of the jaw.
Agreed.
I was impressed with Odin's defense.
Let's see if we're going to get a replay and we can see one of those nice punches. I don't know if that's what's going to happen here, because it looks like the referees have already brought the ring announcer the decision. So we might just go straight to the decision here.
That was a heck of a fight.
Yes, it was. Very competitive. Both fighters stayed on their feet. There's a nice shot of Chancey Hensley and Mike Shepard.
And both guys showed some moxie in there, some real boxing skills and some experience. The legend Brian Hiles.
And our ring announcer, who's got to be the smoothest ring announcer we've had. Very smooth, I'd have to say. No comparison.
Absolutely.
No comparisons with any other ring announcers, but he's very smooth, I would have to say. Very smooth.
Judge 1 scores 29-28. Judge 2 scores 29-28. And Judge 3 scores 30-27. Unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner,
All right, that was an entertaining bout. And Bobby, I think it was the higher volume of Chancey Hensley and his ability to move Eric Odin to the ropes that would have been the deciding factor.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was the volume, the amount of punches thrown, and
the geography really favored Hensley. He was able to move Odin to the ropes.
Both guys, very good fighters, though, man. They really showed out. Here comes Gumby.
So this is going to be two fighters that we've seen before, am I right?
Yeah, they fought before. This is a rematch. Gumby's a tough guy. He can take a lot of punishment. The Ninja Turtle, Harley Watson, is a very good counter fighter. He likes to fight off his back foot. And it's going to be an interesting battle in here. He's exuberant, isn't he? He loves to fight, and he'll fight anybody, JT.
He did. And let's see if he's picked up a few wrinkles to his game since he was last in the ring.
Well, at least he didn't crash his bicycle last night and already come in with a head wound. So
he looks very calm in there.
And that's odd for David because he's usually pretty wound up. It won't take him long. Here he comes, the Ninja Turtle, Harley Watson. 2022 Parkersburg Tough Man champ. Looks like he's got a couple belts over there. He might be a Doghouse Promotions champ as well.
Did he win a belt in the last set of bouts that we called?
That's a good possibility. I believe he did. He's a good fighter. He's fun to watch. He's entertaining. Very good counter puncher. He pulled that pull counter that you were so hyped about last time.
Yeah, he's a back foot fighter for sure.
And I think, and David's very aggressive, so that might play against him. But if David can use some feints and draw the turtle out of his shell, and then counter the counter puncher.
He looks to have a height and reach advantage over Watson.
Coming to you from Parkersburg, West Virginia, David Hartman.
So David Hartman fighting out of the black corner and Harley Watson out of the red corner.
And his opponent for tonight, fighting out of the Speedworks red corner, standing at 5'8", 145.4 pounds, with a fight record of 15 wins, 5 losses. Coming to you from Sherman, Ohio, Harley Watson.
So this Watson-Hardman matchup is going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to some. I know how accurate Watson is, and I know how aggressive Hardman is. They're going to come out here and touch gloves, and I don't think there's going to be too much time between getting their offense started.
I don't see a big feeling out process going on here.
I don't either, but you know, this is the theater of the unexpected here, Bobby, so let's see. Hartman coming out with a nice jab, and then Watson comes with a 1-2. You can see the speed that Watson has. Watson throwing the feints and then the 1-2. Very smooth with that 1-2. Looks like he was trying to throw it to the body. Hardman is using his reach advantage, but not as much as you might expect. He's really not getting that jab out there as often. Now he tries to get it started.
And what we watch for here is when David moves backward, that chin has a tendency to flail up in the air a little bit, and that's where he gets himself in trouble.
It does, and we'll see if Watson makes him pay for it, because Watson's trying to draw him into a feint.
David's moving well in there. I like how he circled out there. He's circling to the power, though.
Oh,
that jab.
Watson lands the jab, and that Hardman's getting hit with that jab, and he has the reach advantage. Nice exchange there. Nothing of consequence landed, but
there's a body shot.
Yeah,
there's another body shot.
Watson's very sharp with that right hand to the body, and he sets it up well behind that jab. He disguises it well, and there it goes again. He's found a home for that right hand to the body, and now tries the uppercut. And Hartman is
no worse for the wear. He seems to be taking it well.
Well, we know we can take a punch. Yeah, that's for sure. He was overmatched and outweighed in the last fight. And he's not outweighed this time, so he's very even
that little
here with
left
Watson.
jab, he's working his jab in there.
Now Watson finds a home for the right hand and then the left hook. Okay, so Hartman has not found the key to the door yet, but he's swinging, trying to find something that works.
Yeah,
and in the first round, Watson found some success, and Hartman couldn't get his offense to click just yet. So let's see what Mike Shepard has.
I think this is going to be a gas tank fight, JT. We know both guys are pretty well conditioned. Harley Watson's a good boxer.
And you know that Mr. Hartman is getting excellent advice in there from Mike Shepard as we watch the ring girls circle.
And he's got Kenny Watkins up there in his corner as well. Now we see over here Harley Watson in his corner getting his instructions, the Ninja Turtle. I like the braids Harley's got going on this fight. I didn't even recognize him when he came in earlier. Very focused on his coach's instructions.
And is there ever a time where Hartman doesn't have a smile on his face?
He loves to fight.
I would agree.
He loves to fight.
I would agree. I think he's really enjoying it.
And the thing is, as
he's an entertainer.
Harley Watson may be a little more polished boxer, but I wonder if he's got the power to finish Hartman.
We'll see. I mean, this fight's, there's no knockdown, so it's certainly up for grabs here in this second round. Oh, Watson.
That one in the body, he felt that one.
Watson has found a home for that right hand.
And sometimes I think David doesn't start fighting until he takes some punishment.
Yeah, and Watson's setting it up with a simple 1-1-2. And now trying to get Hartman to eat on the feint, then lands the jab.
At the least, he's moving his head off the center line and making it hard for Harley to find a good, clean home.
He certainly is. Oh, but he's eating.
Those body shots.
It's the third body shot.
Right in the belly button, too.
Watson is most accurate when he goes down to the body against the taller Hartman here. And he's setting it up with the jab and somehow with his shaking and shimmying, Hartman is kind of stalled Watson's attack here. Although Watson's coming in, he's the aggressor here. But Hartman's is not making it easy for him.
No, he's really not. He's
not biting on the feints. But I don't see the jab that I would expect to see out of Hartman with his height and with his reach advantage.
He's talking to him. David said, that didn't hurt me. There we go. Now they're throwing. Now we got some heat rounds coming in.
Let's see if Watson goes down to the body. Watson says, come on out, back out to the center of the ring.
These are showmen right here. This is what the crowd came to see, James.
Exactly. Now Hartman's using the jab, and now Watson throws the right hand to the center of the chest, and now to the chin. Hartman's got to keep that chin down. He's got to keep that chin down.
Throw back.
Watson goes upstairs again. Hartman says,
shakes
it doesn't hurt.
Lands a right of his own. What a round. Well, I'll tell you what, I know this David Hartman never ceases to amaze me. Every time he's outgunned and you think he's got no chance.
Well, they're both entertainers, and they're both out here to make sure the crowd sees their skill, but also their passion for this sport, Bobby.
Right, absolutely. And just about every fighter you see come in here loves the fight game. That's the only reason they're here, to entertain people. And I guess it's the human condition, right? We love combat. Humans love combat.
We do, and we're being entertained at the same time. With both of these fighters' ability. You know, Hartman was doing some nice things in there at one point with a little bit of a longer jab. So if he could put together a nice third round here, might see a little bit of interest from the judges, a little bit of an interesting card from the judges.
David Hartman says, let's go.
That's right. He wants to make sure that everyone is paying attention. That he was the one on the wrong end of at least 3 or 4 hard right hands to the body. And there it is again. There's that right hand to the body that Watson has found a home for. Watson's pretty good at mastering the distance, comes upstairs, hits Hartman, doesn't phase Hartman. Hartman is walking through whatever he wants to walk through. Watson, you can anticipate, is going to try to throw a right hand to the body or a right uppercut. He throws a jab to the head. Looking to move Hartman to the rope. Now there's the right uppercut. Let's see if there's a right uppercut and a left hook. Hartman says no. Hartman says hit me. Maybe he's trying to bait Watson in for something sneaky here. We'll see.
Smiling at it.
Well, he's got to keep the chin down. There. Now he's just keeping it up. And Brian Hiles doesn't like that.
This isn't rough and rowdy.
Oh. And then Watson comes out and says, you want to poke? I'll poke. Watson going down to the body. Hartman with a three-punch combination that misses. There's the jab from Hartman that I'm looking for. There's the jab.
When he keeps that jab out there.
Yes, and there's the right hand, but he eats a nice punch from Watson. Watson with the jab now. And Watson's not afraid to go to the body. Let's see if he throws anything more to the body here against Hartman. Now he throws an uppercut from his orthodox position. They exchange jabs. There's a 10-second bell. Let's see if there's anything left here. You know, the conditioning never turned out to be an issue for either of these fighters, Bobby.
No, both guys very well conditioned. What a show. That was a good fight.
All right. Yes, it was.
And you see, that was kind of a matchup of a polished boxer just against a tough guy.
No doubt. But with one of the criteria being clean, hard punches, you'd be hard-pressed to... Let's see if we can see something on... Well,
with the 3 pump. Oh, he only gave him 2 pumps, JT. If he would have gave him 3 pumps, that would have been a point.
And Brian Howell says that's enough of that, which is the right thing to do.
All right. Looks like the ring announcer's got the... Nope, not yet.
So let's see. This ring announcer is in... I hear has... When he's given the score, has given all 3 judges scores with the score. And usually in the amateurs, you just get the winner. But let's see if we get all 3 judges scores, and let's see if they gave Hartman a round.
Brian Howell's doing a great job of achieving.
Okay, so while we wait for the decision here, ever the entertainer is David Hartman.
Just loves being in that ring.
To hear the crowd.
All right, fight fans. Judges have made a decision. Judge 1, 30-27.
Okay, 30-27.
30-27.
30-27.
Judge 3, 30-27.
30-27. All for your winner, fighting out of the red corner.
Fighting out of Speedworks red corner.
The Ninja Turtle with another W.
Absolutely. So it's another very nice competitive fight here.
Yeah, David Hartman showed up, didn't he?
He did, and looked, I would say, improved since the last time that we saw him.
Absolutely. I didn't see that flailing chin. He didn't eat any of those really big shots. He ate some body shots.
Yeah, he ate some body shots.
He's a pretty good dancer, too.
I did not know that.
I've been looking forward to this next one, James. This is Jarrell Sanders versus the local guy, Zane Jones. This is going to be a good fight.
Jarrell Sanders, come on down.
Sure. So, Bobby, you know, one of the things about the amateurs now, they're going to be judged on a 10-point must system, so they're going to have the winner is always going to get 10 points unless they have a point taken away, and the loser is going to get 9 points, the loser of the round. So a perfect score if you won all 3 rounds would be 30 for the winner. That's 3 times 10, and then if the judges don't give any point deductions to either the winner or the loser, the 9-point rounds would add up to 27. So when we got the 30-27 all for Watson won all 3 of those rounds.
Pretty decisively.
Yeah, he was a little smoother boxer and landed the cleaner, harder punches. But I was going to be interested to see if Hartman was going to be able to utilize his height and reach advantage to maybe steal one of those rounds on one of the judges' scorecards.
And Hartman's one of those fighters where his best weapon is his chin. I don't think you can hardly knock the guy out.
So next we have out of the black corner, Jarrell Sanders, who we're very familiar with from prior bouts, and Zane Jones.
And Jones is going to come out in a southpaw stance, and he's put on some weight.
Around the world, he is refereeing 82 world champions, including Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, Manny Pacquiao, Roy Jones Jr., and many more. Bill has been inducted to 3 boxing Hall of Fames and will be referred his 35th world title fight on June the 11th in Miami, Florida.
Bill Clancy, world famous professional referee.
Introducing first, fighting out of the Patriot Painting Black Corner, standing at 5'6", weighing in at 185.4, with a fight record of 4 wins, 2 losses. Coming to you from Muncie, PA, Gerald Sanders.
Shadow Baby.
We've seen Shadow Baby any number of times now, Bobby. He's a fun fighter to watch.
Fighting out of the Speedworks red corner, standing at 6 foot tall, weighing in at 185.6, with a fight record of 10 wins, 4 losses. Coming to you from very own Fayetteville, West Virginia, face on for Zane Jones.
So Zane Jones is going to come out in the left-hand stance here, southpaw stance, and Jarrell Saunders. Jarrell Saunders fights very well out of the high guard, so I expect to see Sanders out of the high guard tonight. And we'll see how that matches up against Zane Jones' left-handed stance here.
And I think Zane he's pretty versed at measuring the distance. He's fighting a little bit from the outside. He's got some good pop in his hands too.
So Jones takes the center of the ring and southpaw stance, lands a left hand. Saunders misses with the 2-punch combination in response. Saunders has led to land a punch here. Zane Jones taking the center of the ring now again and looking to... He's cutting off the ring pretty well against Jarrell Saunders. He has him in the corner, and then Saunders is able to get out of that. Zane comes back with the 1-2. Now Saunders gets his offense unloaded here, and he's pushing Jones a little bit back into the corner right in front of us. But Jones is very nimble and elusive.
This is the most early offense I've seen from Sanders in his fights. It seems Zane Jones is opening him up a little bit.
Agreed. And Saunders goes into that high guard when they get in close. Now he's not doing. There he goes. Now he's got the high guard and boxes out of that high guard.
And Jones a couple times has doubled up with a jab. He'll jab, and then on the next approach, he'll throw the lead right hook.
Oh, Jones with a nice right uppercut right underneath the left elbow of Saunders. Saunders tries to go to the body, glancing blow on the hip of Jones. Now Jones lands a right hand. Jones aggressive here, moving Shadow Baby to the ropes. There's the high guard. Let's see what Jones comes out and tries to solve out of that high guard. Jones hasn't found the key to the front door out of that high guard. Timeout.
Got a clash of heads.
You're going to have that with the lefty-righty. They touch gloves. Now they're both in the high guard.
Meet me in here in the center.
Yeah, high guard, and Saunders hooks off of that, and so does Jones. Nice opening round here. Now Saunders seems to have found something. Yep, and left hook lands by Saunders. Saunders landed a couple left hooks here and then goes back into the high guard.
That's the best first round of the night, James.
Agreed.
Got a couple fighters on our hands here.
Let's see if we get a little bit of a replay here. I don't know if we will. Here we do. Yes, we do. Here comes, we'll see what action this is, but that's Sanders fighting out of the high guard, and he throws out of that high guard. He just doesn't defend, and there's a left hook that lands. There's the high guard. The high guard, and he hooks out of that high guard, and that's a very good strategy for him because Jones, while he's very athletic, very athletic and mobile, doesn't have the longest arms in the world.
Right.
So
very competitive first round.
Oh, very, very. They're both two athletic guys.
Both guys landed some good shots. Both guys showed some good evasive maneuvers.
Both guys barely winded.
Yeah, they're ready to fight, man.
These guys are going to fight. Touch gloves. Here comes Jones. Oh, Saunders comes out a little more aggressive, and he's fighting out of that high guard and swinging out of that high guard, but Jones has a pretty high volume. Jones has no problem getting his offense started.
He's
Shadow Baby with his head right in the middle of Jones' chest there. Oh, went a little bit low on that one. Time, and Jones is going to get a minute here to recover. And Mr. Clancy, the referee, found something that he didn't like coming out of the corner of Sanders and puts a stop to that.
And there's no question who owns this ring.
It's a world-class referee. Shadow Baby finds a right hand that lands, but Jones is the aggressor here. There's a right hand to the arm, and Jones with a much higher volume here than Sanders. Oh, there Sanders comes right back, throws a right hand to the body, right hand to the head, and Jones comes back with a 4-punch combination. Here comes Sanders with the right hand. Here's Jones. Jones with the right hand now. Jones out of the right-handed stance here. Now Jones is switched up, and he clipped Sanders with something.
He's got Sanders in trouble here a little bit.
If he landed that uppercut, it would have been lights out. But he didn't. But he's looking for it.
That right got through. There he's bullying him a little bit now, isn't he?
And Jones is looking for an uppercut, but he's got a high volume. Jones, you know, is gonna throw at every opportunity. If his hands are free, he's gonna throw, and that may be a difference maker in this fight. Oh, he clipped Sanders with something. Oh, and he found a right hand to the body.
Shadow Baby fires back the body.
Yes, he does. What a great round this is.
Oh, wow, these guys are throwing.
Right in the middle of the ring. On the inside, Jones with a little more volume than Shadow Baby, but that doesn't mean Shadow Baby hasn't lost punches here. Shadow Baby lands punches on the inside.
Boy, these guys, when they get hit, James, they fire back.
This may be a controversial take, but I actually like Jones out of the right-handed stance a little bit more.
I did too, boy. When he fires that right, that thing had some heat on it.
I don't know if he's a natural lefty.
Hey, I haven't seen Jarrell Sanders labor like this in the corner. He's sucking wind over here.
Yeah. And Jones looks barely winded over here. So it's going to be, but Shadow Baby, as you noted, he does tend to fight in spurts and throw out of that high guard. But Jones is a well-conditioned athlete and strong here, and actually tried to there he goes. Let's see the action here. Boy, he's fighting out of the left-handed stance right here and crossed over a couple of times. And then I thought right there he's in the right-handed stance. I actually thought he did a little bit better fighting out of the right-handed stance.
I found some YouTube footage of Zane Jones sparring, and he's put on some weight and developed some power.
Oh, lands a nice right uppercut, and Shadow Baby comes right out. The thing that Jones, nice pivot by Jones. I think that was a clash of heads, and Shadow Baby was stepping out. And then Shadow Baby goes to the body, but here comes Jones with the high volume and the pivot. They're tied up in the middle, and Shadow Baby is landing punches on the inside, a couple of uppercuts, and then Jones comes with an uppercut. Jones has high volume, and he's letting his hands go. If Jones is on his feet, he's throwing punches. They could have fought this in a phone booth, Bobby, as Shadow... Oh, there's Jones with a nice pivot and switch, and he takes Sanders back to the ropes. That's ring generalship right there, and those little punches those little pushes that he's getting away with here as Shadow Baby turns and reverses. Shadow Baby reverses Jones now. Let's see if Shadow Baby can generate some offense here. But Jones rips to the body out of the right-handed stance again.
Man. Oh,
with
big
an uppercut. Out of the right-handed stance.
He's got him rocked. He's moving in for the finish.
Jones has got some combinations here. But Shadow Baby comes back. And Jones is covering
What a chin on the Shadow Baby.
Baby's body and head with punches as Shadow Baby looks to lean in and take Jones to the ropes. There's Jones. If Jones is on his feet, he's throwing. This kid has a gas tank.
What a fight.
Wonder if he could do 3-minute rounds, which he may be trying to angle to.
This guy's a fighter.
He throws a nice lead right hook, throws a right hook to the body. And Shadow Baby is just looking to last here, I think, trying to get to the end of this round, but no, he's fighting back. Fighting back, but I don't know that Shadow Baby had an answer for Jones' volume here.
Man, that was a heck of a fight, James.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with this Zane Jones now.
He looks like he could do 3-minute rounds.
Absolutely. And he's got...
Yeah, here's Jones out of the right-handed stance, and when he goes back to the tape, you'll see he was able to land both the right hand right there out of that right-handed stance to the body too, and then the uppercut comes at some point during this round. He clips him on the chin there, and then Shadow Baby looks to tie up. Again, continuing the right-hand stance, and then that's where Shadow Baby tried to take Jones to the ropes to kind of stall the action there, because I think Shadow Baby was tired at the end of that round from the constant action of Zane Jones.
Yeah, that dude is in shape.
Yeah.
And every time I thought Shadow Baby was hurt, he bounced right back. Good chin, tough guy.
Let's see if Shadow Baby took the first round or if they gave the first round to Mr. Jones. We'll know, because this referee, this ring announcer is willing to give us all three judges' scores, which is interesting. You don't often get that.
All right, fans. Scores are in. Judge 1, 30-27.
Okay, all rounds for
Judge
Jones.
2, 30-27.
All rounds for Jones.
Judge 3, 30-27.
Yeah, all three rounds.
Decision. Fighting out of the red corner,
Be interesting to see Jones in the 3-minute rounds.
And that, well, and 10-minute intermission. James?
Oh, there's some digging to the body by Jones out of that right-handed stance. Shadow Baby comes back with a couple of... Shadow Baby landed at least 4 or 5 nice uppercuts on the inside, but he didn't have an answer for the volume of Jones.
Right, absolutely. And what's exciting about this, James, is Zane Jones, one of his sparring partners, is coming up later on the card.
Oh, is that right?
And that was the... I found some footage of them sparring at Signal 12 Gym, but this was several years ago, like 2018. And they were good then. So,
be interesting to see if Jones takes his boxing any further than the 2-minute rounds.
And
he's got the gas tank for it.
Yeah, his buddy that he spars with is this Tyler Robinson, who's fighting in the pro welterweight bout later.
Okay, pro welterweight, beautiful.
10-minute intermission.
You know what we have a 10-minute intermission here, Bobby, and one of the bouts that I'm anticipating with very much anticipating is the Samino Hopkins matchup that we missed last time.
It's kind of a grudge match, right? I believe Samino owns 3 victories over Miss Hopkins.
But the last time that we were in Parkersburg, it was going to be a Samino-Hopkins matchup, and Tanya Hopkins was able to walk over and take that belt without a competition. So we're hoping that Jess Samino's made a full recovery, which I'm hoping she has, and is able to compete in this match. But the belt that was on the line went to Tanya Hopkins in that match.
And we're fighting for another championship tonight, the women's amateur welterweight championship.
Well, that's the belt that was on the line last time, I think, right?
I believe that was the Doghouse.
Oh, was that the Doghouse belt?
I believe that was the Doghouse promotion.
I stand corrected. So
I'm right once in a while, James.
So do you know anything about the Trevor Bell-Devin Steele matchup, Bobby?
Pretty boy Bell, he fights out of the Doghouse gym. He's a young fighter, just coming out of the Tough Man ranks. He's defending Tough Man champ. He's been fighting the 1-minute rounds. He trains a lot. He trains hard. He's a dad. He's got a little boy and a wife, and he likes to fight. And he really, what I've noticed from him the last few times out is that he's really finding some power in his punches with his accuracy and his decisiveness. He's really landed some big punches and scoring some knockouts.
Well, that Trevor Bell, it looks to be a one-time Tough Man champ at 159 pounds. And across the ring will be Devin Steele, who looks to be a 2-time Tough Man champion. So,
and Trevor Bell is the Parkersburg Tough Man champ, and if I am correct, Devin Steele is the Clarksburg Tough Man champ. So kind of a grudge match here, but they're going 2-minute rounds, so we're going to progress from the Tough Man style, the 1-minute brawling type, and we're going to see some boxing.
Yeah, at 159 pounds, you got to imagine that both these guys have at least a little bit of pop in their backhand, in their power hand, which is, if they come out in the orthodox stance, it'll be the right hand. Right. And if they come out in the southpaw stance, they might have a little bit of pop in that left hand.
Yeah. Trevor Bell is an orthodox fighter, and what you'll notice about him, he's got some really good evasive maneuvers. He fights a lot like George Brown, if you remember George Brown from the last fight card. He's very defensive. He picks his openings, and then he exploits the opening, and he throws combinations. He's not a one-punch puncher. He's going to throw a 1-2, a 1-2-3. He's going to slip. He's going to cut an angle, and he's going to throw another combination. So he's an exciting fighter.
Well, the George Brown match the last time we were in Parkersburg, Bobby, was very interesting because Brown kept his powder dry until that last round in his pro debut, and ended up with a clean knockout.
Well, that was exciting. I was just sitting there thinking, man, this guy needs to show some urgency. He's down on the cards, and then bang, it was over just like that.
Lights out.
And then in the finale tonight, in the main event, we've got the former college defensive tackle Deshaun Ross, and you'll see He's lost a bunch of weight since he was a college football player, but he has retained that power, and that comes from his lower body. And he'll be taking on the Oak Hill guy, Sean Lockery, who's been in the ring with some good fighters.
You know who I bet is going to be a good interview one day is David Hartman. I'd like to get him over here to see if we could, at some point, talk with Mr. Harden and learn what his fight preparation involves. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah, he is, man. He's got a lot of heart, and I'm not sure how he's related to Mike or if he's not related to Mike at all, but they've got a special kind of relationship, kind of like a father-son or an uncle-nephew type of relationship. And David just likes to fight, and he's a fiery guy. He gets wound up, but he's a good-hearted guy. And the one thing you can never question is his toughness.
I wonder if we could get Zane Jones to come out and talk with us for just a minute, if he's even available. Just see if you can find him. He was had a high volume. He was what we call a volume puncher. At 180 pounds, he really put on a nice performance against Jarrell Saunders, who I've seen box any number of times and is really at some points a volume puncher himself when he comes out of that high guard and throws punches. So while we take this intermission, we're going to see if we can get a couple of the boxers to come out and help us explain some of their victories or their losses, depending on who's able to come out. And it's always interesting because the fighters come in with a plan, and you oftentimes like to hear whether they were able to execute their plan. I think looking back on one of the bouts that we saw. The Saunders-Jones bout that we just watched was a bout that I'd like to ask Zane Jones how he trained to get that amount of volume. And of course, the Chansey Hensley Eric Odin bout. Hensley, the local favorite, came out and came away with a victory against Eric Odin.
Here's your headphone, here's your microphone. You got him, James.
You got it. Hey, I'm sitting here with Zane Jones, who's the victor in a 3-round match against a very tough Jarrell Saunders.
Yes, sir, he was. I give him all nothing but respect. Anybody steps in the ring.
So a couple of things. First of all, nice to meet you. My name is James.
James, nice to meet you. I'm Zane.
Yeah, nice victory. Tell me about the switching between lefty and righty, because now when you go back, you'll notice that I thought you boxed better out of the right-handed stance, but are you a natural lefty?
I injured my knee some years back. It was my lead knee, which is my, if I were to be fighting left-handed, it'd be my jab hand, my lead leg. If it was my right, it'd be the back, the power.
Right.
So I kind of favored my left leg because it's not injured, so I can throw more power. So it kind of Sorry.
So the other thing that impressed me about your victory there, which is only like 5 minutes old here, was the amount of volume that you throw. You throw a lot of punches.
Yeah,
How do you train for that?
A lot of cardio, a lot of road work. You can ask my coach. I'm in, day out. I'm always on the bag. I'm doing 3-4 minute rounds on a bag. If I'm doing a 3-minute round, I go the extra minute and I put in 4.
Now, how old are you, Zane? And the second question is, how far are you going to take the boxing?
I'm 25 years old, and I'd go as far as the sky is my limit. I'll go anywhere I can with it.
Hey, fight of the night, man. You definitely had the fight of the night out there. The volume was very impressive, and the cutting angles.
At least 3 times out of the left-handed out of the southpaw stance, he took an angle.
Yeah,
that was really nice.
What was your game plan to penetrate his high guard?
I knew he had a really good guard. One thing that I do know is he never had a level fighter of my status actually work the lateral angles that I took tonight. That was my main goal, and that's just one thing that I've learned over time. Always go left and right. I watched a lot of Manny Pacquiao, a lot of Canelo. I learned it from them. My coaches took it on, and I just ran with it.
Besides Pacquiao, what other left-handed fighters do you like?
Man. I don't really know very many left-handed fighters.
Okay, that's all right. We'll let it go. Tell us about your gyms, Signal Gym. Because they've got at least, Signal 12, they've got at least 7 or 8 fighters on this card.
Yeah, Steve Neal, he's got a great establishment out in Gatewood. He does really well. He comes out there and makes sure everybody's getting their work in. He makes sure that he'll get you in shape. Shout out to Steve and Signal 12 and everybody in there, like Sean Lockery. He's going to do great tonight, I believe it. He just prepares everybody the best that he can and his best ability as far as everybody will let him. You know, you got to have discipline and the will to actually train and go forth.
Now, where does the name Signal 12? It doesn't say anything to me immediately, but what is it? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, so when somebody were to get into a fight, in a street fight, and somebody calls it in, that code is Signal 12.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so is Steve Neal got a background in law enforcement?
Yes, he does. He's a lieutenant over in Fayette County Sheriff's Department.
Okay, tell me a little bit about Tyler Robinson. Are you familiar with Tyler?
Yes, I am. Tyler's a very good boxer. He's very tough, very active. I spar with him a lot in the gym. Sean as well. I spar with both of them.
And Mr. Lockery's been in with some world-class opponents.
Yes, he has. A lot of my abilities come from Sean, sparring with him and training with him and working with him.
And he's a southpaw too.
Yes,
so
he is.
He works that southpaw with you.
One thing I did learn is the switching from left to right as well with him. So big thanks to him to help me with that.
Absolutely. You're a heck of a fighter, man. You're fun to watch.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I see that Tyler Robinson is he is a pro welterweight. He's on the card in 2 bouts after our intermission here. Do you ever see yourself stepping up to the 3-minute rounds?
For sure.
Okay. Where and when do you want to make your debut, since you opened the door to that?
I really want to take on probably the best and most renowned in West Virginia. That's the statue I want to take right now. So.
There you go. So you want to title yourself here in West Virginia at some point, is that right?
I mean, if I can go for it, I will.
We might have to get this guy up there on the doghouse promotions.
Yeah, I was really impressed with your volume, really impressed with your foot switching. You seem to take punches pretty well, because even though he didn't win the bout, Jarrell Saunders landed a couple of nice shots inside.
He did. He got me with a couple good ones. It's just one of them things, just learn how to take a punch and give one back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Both of these guys, James, when they would take a good shot, boy, they'd fire back about 3 or 4 of them. So that kind of takes the sting out of it.
So what does your training entail? I'm sure that you've got some sparring against Tyler Robinson, but you also mentioned the bag work, and with your cardio, it's apparent with the amount of punches that you threw, you must be doing some road work as well.
Yes. Before all this, I actually was down in North Carolina, and I did a lot of work with John Whitfield. He's out of Raleigh, Durham. He's a very good trainer. He taught me. He trained me for a couple years. I actually did some fights out of USA Boxing as well.
Okay.
I've done quite a bit as far as down in North Carolina. I give a big thanks to John Whitfield and the team down there. I really do appreciate them.
Now, are you strictly boxing, or do you do MMA and kickboxing as well?
Everybody keeps telling me to do MMA. I got the heart. I can be mean on it, and I can do whatever it takes to get a victory. So.
Do you have any wrestling background?
I do.
You wrestle here at Oak Hill?
I did, yes.
Okay, nice. Very good.
Other than that, I mean, I've done some BJJ, some jiu-jitsu, same thing. So yeah, pretty much I'm real well-rounded as far as anything goes, like MMA or boxing.
When did you start your boxing career? Because you've built a record up now of 10-4, which is, a lot of amateur bouts, not in USA only, but these are amateur bouts on the big stage out here, right?
Yes, yeah.
How did you get to, when did you start, if you didn't already say?
Well, really, those are the bouts that I were active for the past 4 years. Because I took a break for a little while. I mean, this I only started back about a month ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So I really started getting in the ring and getting at it at 12 years old, and then I really took it to the actual public and in front of people when I was about 17, 18 years old.
Right, I saw the video of you and Tyler sparring on YouTube, and I think that was from 2018.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
You've put on some weight since then.
Oh yeah, about 20 pounds, yeah.
Okay, and you definitely picked up your power.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I've learned to train with the power and roll with the punches with it,
And these Oak Hill people, man, they love fighting. This place is full house, isn't it?
Oh, they love it.
Jam-packed. What's your day job?
I'm sorry, what?
What's your day job?
My day job? I actually own a business out of Fayetteville. It's ZCOM LLC. I do tower work as far as relamping towers.
So you're not afraid of heights?
Nope. Nope. There's not very many things I'm not afraid of.
All right, man. Hey, you're a heck of a fighter, man. Thanks for joining us down
thank
here.
you. What's your name again?
James.
James.
And I'm Bobby.
James and Bobby. Nice to meet you very much. I'm a pleasure. I love it. Thank you, guys. And I love to be back with you guys.
We'll see you again. Your fight of the night so far.
Thank you. Pleasure doing the talk show with you guys.
Thanks. Get back there and celebrate your victory. So, Bobby, we wanted to get a interview, and we got one. It's a very fun to get a little bit of the insight.
He's personal, man. He's got star quality about him, doesn't he?
I'd like to see him move up to those 3-minute rounds, Bobby.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he's prepared to take on some better fighters. I think tonight, him getting in there and seeing that he's a really good fighter, I think he's amped to take it to the next level.
Yeah, and you don't say that. I wouldn't encourage somebody that I saw gassed at the end of a 2-minute rounds.
He could have fought all night, it looked like.
I mean, certain boxers have the motivation to last those extra training rounds. And as Mr. Jones said, if he's training for a 3-minute sparring session, he's going to do an extra 4 minutes on the bag. He's going to extend his rounds on the bag.
And to be honest with you, James, it's not just what you do in the gym. It's what you do outside the gym as well. How you treat yourself as far as your diet, what you're putting in your body, whether you're resting and recovering, he looks like he lifts some weights, so definitely a good looking athlete.
And fun to watch. Without he did it without a lot of theatrics.
Right, there wasn't anything flashy about what he was doing. That was just straight up fundamental boxing.
Yeah, just threw a high volume and let his hands go.
And now let's not take anything away from Jarrell Sanders, because he's a quality fighter in his own right, and he's a very tough. He's a tough lock to crack. He's a tough puzzle to solve with that high guard.
Well, Jarrell Saunders fought less than a month ago, and there were some people that thought that the split decision could have gone the other way on that, or if it wasn't a split decision, that it could have been a split decision, I should say. So he was very competitive in his last bout.
Yep, he's a good fighter, and he's fun to watch as well.
Yeah.
I think the aside from that fight we just watched, I think these next 4 have the potential to be just as good.
I'm looking forward to of course, we have the heavyweight matchup, which is your headline event here. It's going to be 8 rounds. And you don't always see an 8-round bout at this level, Bobby, on a mixed card.
And that tells me, first of all, Mr. Lockery has been in there with some quality opponents. He's a very experienced fighter.
Okay.
But that tells me that Mr. Ross is progressing to the next level.
Oh, we're all ready.
We're always ready. Here comes the ring announcer.
I'm going to take a quick lap around real quick. I want to see these sponsors.
He is quite an entertainer.
Who on the sponsor table around here? Who we got? Yeah! Okay. 29, let's let it in. 28. What you got? You looking live for me? Come on. Where we at? Oh, 25. There we go. What's that we got? Oh, yeah. 24. 19.
Hey, thanks for getting Mr. Jones over here. He was a nice interview.
That's a good fighter. I think he's got a future.
It's really limited by the amount of time that they put in, Bobby. Just like anything in life.
Do you know anything about those guys that work on those towers? Do you know how high they climb up in the air?
That's not a job for me.
Not me either.
Yeah.
I'm the all-time ground man.
The safest place for me with a ladder is holding the ladder, Bobby.
Yeah, I don't even like to do that. I might take it off the truck. But I'll tell you that, like he said.
We're ready for the main card?
Yes, we are.
Are we ready for the main card?
Oh, hell yeah.
Trevor Bell, it's showtime.
Here comes the pretty boy. First into the ring is Trevor, Pretty Boy Bell, decked out in the black shorts with the white title boots, cornered by Kenny Watkins and Lightning Mike Shepard. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, we've seen Trevor Bell a couple of times, I think.
Yeah, again, like I said, he's one of those fighters that's progressing from the tough man ranks into the boxing scene.
We've seen him. We know he's going to bring a lot of punches. He's not going to have a hard time getting his offense started.
No, and like I said, he's really developed some confidence in his power. This is for a belt, James. Devin Steele, the two-time Tough Man champ. What I've noticed about him, I watched a little bit of footage on him. He's a little bit of a bully. Likes to push people into the corners.
2-minute round. West Virginia State Middleweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the Patriot Painting black corner, standing at 5'8", 149.2 pounds, two-time champ with a fight record of 25 wins, 5 losses, fighting out of Marietta, Ohio, Trevor Bell. And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the Speedworks red corner, standing at 5'9" weighing in at 156.2 pounds, two-time champions, fight record of 12 wins, 2 knockouts, coming to you from Haico, West Virginia, Steel.
Good crowd tonight, James. Listen to that. Gives me cold chills.
Okay, they have veteran referee Mr. Clancy. Looks like Bell's going to come out in the orthodox stance, and Steele's going to come out in the orthodox stance as well. They both no trouble getting their offense started.
Bell pumping that jab out there.
Yeah, and as you said, Steele looks to tie up, and he is a strong competitor in there.
He likes to rush and move forward. I think he'll use some of the clinch game against Trevor.
Well, they're both throwing a lot of wide hooks here. Let's see if somebody settles down here and starts throwing some jabs. And there is Steele pushing Bell into the ropes. As you said, he's a strong competitor in there and wants to use his physical strength.
Well, there's a good
Bell
body shot.
lands a nice right hand to the body and then twists Steele around, and Steele comes right back. Steele says, nope, don't grab him. There's the jab. There's the jab that we're looking for out of Steele. And Steele looks to tie up and jabs Bell to the head. There's going to be a clash of heads at some point here, and that's what the referee
and
was.
like I said, that's what what's this guy's name?
What the referee is.
Devin Steele. Once the distance is closed, he lowers the head and puts it in Trevor's chest.
Right there is a very good example of that. He's got his head right up against the ear of Trevor Bell. So let's see if somebody settles down here and starts finding the right distance, because this distance isn't benefiting either fighter here. They're not able to get their punches clean and sharp. Looks like somebody's got a mark on the eye already. Might be the right eye of Steele, might have a nick on it already.
I like this referee.
He's explaining to the boxer. Bell looks to throw the 1-2. Now maybe it's settled down. Again, problem with the distance there for Bell. Can't get his punches at the right distance. A lot of tying up here. A lot of work for...
a lot of grabbing and hugging here.
Yep. And Steele moves Bell to the ropes, and Bell is looking to dig to the body. Time. Very competitive round, but I have a feeling that the corners are going to tell them to jab and get a little bit of distance here.
Yeah, and Trevor came out early and pumped that jab, and that's when Devin Steele decided, I'm going to close this distance and get to this clinch.
Well, that's often a way, Bobby, is just to rush in and try to neutralize the jab. But I did see Steele throw a few jabs, and I know that I have a strong feeling that Mr. Clancy is saying, watch the heads, watch the heads.
Right, absolutely.
Because at that distance, when you're closing with your head up, you're going to have a lot of potential for a head clash and maybe a cut. And we don't want to see that.
We don't want an inadvertent cut.
No. But there's going to be a clash of heads if they continue to fight at that distance.
Round 2, here we go.
Round 2, touch of the gloves. Let's see if somebody's able to maintain distance. Because Steele is strong. He's got a nice right hand. And this is just a flat-out brawl here, Bobby.
Yeah, these guys think they're in the tough man again, fighting.
These are 2-minute tough man rounds.
Good volume.
Bell getting away with the shoulder push there, which is fine. but not too hard and not on the chin.
Bell's landing that lead left hook. That's a good punch to open with. There's a jab.
Oh, stifles him with the jab, and there's the jab, and Steele comes in to tie up, and Bell, to his credit, with his free hand, looks to land the right up the middle on the chin. And now Steele finds a little success bashing Bell into the rope, and then Bell gets off the rope. Bell looking to maintain some distance here, but Steele bullies him into the red corner. Nice job by Steele using his physical strength there. And Steele, to his credit, is not tying up Bell excessively here. He's actually looking to punch out of those clinches at a short range. Bell a little quicker.
There's a good shot. Now he's got him stung.
Bell found the range there just for a minute, and Steele looks to tie up Bell to neutralize that attack, maybe get his head under him. Oh, and Bell landed a hook inside, and another hook. And Steele comes right back at close quarters, tries to land some shots here. Bell misses. Let's see if Steele can land something here on the inside, if he can let his hands go.
Oh, there's a
Bell
good body
landed
shot.
a nice punch, and then a punch right down the gut. Bell seems to have the tighter, straighter punches here.
Yeah, and he's starting to sit down on that straight right, trying to get a good knockout blow. Devin Steele's wearing it on his nose a little bit. That nose a little bit bigger than it was at the beginning of the fight.
But Steele, at the right range, has a lot of power on his punch.
Well, and he absolutely knows that he cannot stand out at the end of Trevor Bell's punches. He's got to close the distance to get in there and make it a dirty fight.
Yeah.
Let's see what kind of instructions Mike gives Trevor here, how to solve this puzzle.
Acknowledge Boundary Cold Creations for our sponsors for our beautiful trophies.
I think the straighter punches that round came out of the black corner with Trevor Bell.
I believe so as well.
But that's for the judges to decide.
That is.
You see the fans, both corners getting their final instructions, and looks like Mike Shepard is saying, look to hook to the body with the left hand. And I'm sure that Mr. Steele is getting some quality advice from his corner as well.
And that's a tough fighter to fight, is when he's constantly moving forward and trying to put his head in your chest.
Agreed. So, third round here, 2 minutes, and Steele is not tying up. He's looking to find the right range. Oh, but he ate a right hand up the middle. Steele is really doing a good job of raising his hands and getting out of those clinches. Just has to find the right range here and land some punches on the inside. That's the range for Steele. Let's see if he can do something with it. There's a range for Steele right there, but then he smothers his own work, allowing Bell to dig some shots to the body.
Both guys firing out of the corner. Trevor Bell loading up on the right.
Steele, to his credit, is not trying to tie up here. He's looking to punch. He's just got to step back and jab his way in. There's the jab, but then he's smothering his work. Oh,
there's
Bell.
some good. Now he's got him on the ropes. Now break, step back, fire away.
Oh, and he lands another right hand. That Steele has a chin of steel, because he's taking some clean shots. And Trevor Bell is a very powerful puncher, and he throws straight punches too. Let's see if there's anything straight out of here. It's not. It's a looping right hand to the body. And they wrestle again, and Steele drives Bell into the ropes. Oh, there's another right hand. Straight punch, overhand right with a hook. A couple of inside punches. Steele is not tying up. He's just not at the right range. But let's see if he jabs his way in. There he jabs his way in and then ties up again. There's the 10-second bell, and then this is going to go down with neither fighter having touched the canvas on what is a very competitive bout here, fought at very close range.
What a contrast in styles. That was just night and day as far as offensive attacks. One guy wants to stay at distance. One guy wants to get in super tight and grapple and fight a dirty boxing fight. Trevor Bell wants to give a shout out to Combat Sports Entertainment, sponsored by Punk Gunk and Brain Nerd. And Devin Steele appears he's coming off of a nose surgery. Might need another one after that because he took some big shots.
Yeah, I think he took a little. I don't know if it was from a clash of heads, but he might have a little bruise on the right eye. But he came out with the strategy of closing the distance right away, but not necessarily tying up, and he did a really good job of that. But I think the cleaner punches were landed by Trevor Bell.
All right, looks like we're ready for a decision.
So while we wait for the action here, or the announcement, I should say, from veteran referee Bill Clancy, it's always tempting to look ahead at the cards a little bit to the Corey Morgan-Tyler Robinson fight, which we'll discuss in just a minute here. This was for a middleweight belt, Bobby.
All right.
Yeah, that's a pretty belt, too.
It is.
Judge 1, 27-30. Judge 2, 27-30. And Judge 3, 28-29.
Okay, so
coming at unanimous decision. Fighting out of the Patriot Painting Black Corner.
So one of the judges did give a round to Mr. Steele.
And that's fair. Pretty boy Trevor Bell getting out of here with a nice white belt. Great fight both ways, no losers here.
You have to give the edge in physical strength to Steele.
And I think he knew that was his to his benefit, was to kind of bully Trevor, push him to the ropes, and turn it into an ugly fight.
And when we go back and look at this tape, Bobby, there were opportunities for Steele to jab his way in. Here's Trevor Bell working with Steele here. Okay, now we're back to the live shot.
Now he's getting his wife and his daughter in the ring.
Yeah.
This is a good sight. Share it with the family. It takes more than one person to win a fight, James.
That's exactly right. There's a team behind you, and it starts with your family.
And his wife, I'm not sure what her name is, but she gets in the gym and trains a little bit too, but they're always there with him. I think he's got a good supporting cast. And he's still a young fighter, and he's just made drastic improvements since I've met him.
We also got the girls walking around selling $1 waters. So if you don't want to get out your seat, you need hot.
Anytime you leave with a belt, it's a good night, right?
Yeah, I wish we had an intermission. I'd like to talk to him. But we don't have another intermission because we're on to the last three bouts of the evening.
Corey Morgan, come on down!
This will be a good one. Corey Morgan calls himself Shotgun Corey Morgan. Fighting out of Oceana, West Virginia, Silverback Gym. Trained by Tucker Lambert and Chris Blankenship.
And this is a pro bout. So it's going to be 3-minute rounds, and there's going to be 4 of them, which is the usual number for. Oh, okay.
Good reception for Mr. Morgan. Coming out in the black hoodie, black boots, black trunks.
Team Shotgun. Corey Morgan at 154 pounds. So this ought to be interesting. Out of the black corner, we have Morgan. Out of the Team Shotgun,
Tyler Robinson, go down!
Here comes the hometown guy, Tyler Robinson, fighting out of Oak Hill. here he comes, dressed in blue, trimmed in white. Got the handlebar mustache going on.
Excellent. So,
All right, fighting.
Shotgun Morgan out of the black corner.
Fighting out of the Patriot Penny black corner. Standing at 5 foot 7 inches, weighing in at 148.2 pounds, with a fight record of 0 wins, 1 loss. Coming to you from Wyoming County, standing in at 5 foot 7 inches, weighing in at 154.4 pounds with a fight record of 4 wins, 2 losses. Coming to you from Beckley, West Virginia, Tyler Robinson. This fight is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. Correction, 4 3-minute rounds.
So as the fighters get their final instructions, let's see what range they fight from, Bobby. Let's see if either boxer comes out and establishes their jab. Morgan out of the black corner and Robinson out of the red corner. All right. Morgan opens with the jab. Morgan opens with a 1-2. Morgan with a 2-3. Looks to be moving Robinson back to the ropes.
Robinson seems, Tyler seems pretty composed there. No worse for the wear. Covered up well, minimized the damage.
Morgan with the jab. Morgan with the jab, 1-2. He's got Robinson on the ropes and he's laying into that body and then into the head.
Robinson got through with a left and a right. Uppercut, another left.
Morgan stalking now. Now Robinson opens up with the jab, but he's met with, man, Morgan can punch. Morgan is looking to rip body shots, and he's ripping body shots.
Robinson fires back, catching with a left hook and a good right uppercut.
Robinson is taking these punches very, very well because that Morgan really is putting everything that he can. And now Robinson switches to a left-hand stance. Now Robinson has Morgan on the ropes. Now Robinson weathered the early storm here, and he's looking to maybe turn the tables with an uppercut and a left hook.
That landed.
He sure did. This is the right distance for these guys to fight. Perfect distance. And now it's Robinson. Got Morgan on the ropes. And now Morgan fights off and throws the uppercut. Robinson ties up for a second there.
Looks like we had a little clash. Looks like we got some blood over the left eye of Tyler Robinson.
So both fighters patient, exchange jabs. Yeah, looks like a clash of heads or a glove. Can't tell for certain until we see the replay on that cut. Oh, Morgan with an overhand right, and then Tyler comes back.
There's
the knockout. Knocked down on the uppercut.
Left hook on the button.
Knocked down.
That an uppercut?
It's a knockdown, and then Morgan struggles to find the ropes. Oh, and it's over. Oh, my word.
And that comes from Tyler Robinson's calmness under fire.
He really weathered the storm there. Took a lot of early punches from Morgan and knocks him out with an uppercut. Here it is. Patience. Let's see which one. Uppercut, there it was, and a left hook, and then another uppercut.
Wow.
And he sparked him.
Yeah, that was a 3-punch KO right there. 2 uppercuts and a little
left hook.
Yeah, left hook.
Congratulations to
Man, that was
Tyler Robinson, and hats off to Corey Morgan, who was laying everything that he could into the body of Robinson.
Game fighter, wasn't he?
No, and a lesser fighter would have gone down from those body shots because Corey Morgan was really laying some heavy leather in the very first part of that round.
Yeah, and
he was really doing some good work in there. As we watch the replay, there's one of the body shots. There's another body shot. There's a right hand to the head. You know, Morgan was doing very good work at the beginning of that round. He was definitely the aggressor. And credit to Robinson, who was very patient.
Here's the knockout.
Right there, he blocked the right hand, overhand, uppercut, left hook.
Third uppercut.
Oh, my word.
I think Mr. Morgan decided when he came in here, somebody's getting knocked out. And this Robinson is who I found the video sparring with Zane Jones back in 2018.
Okay.
And I watched that video, and I knew both of those guys could fight. Because that was 4 years ago.
Well, what really impressed me with Robinson was his patience, because the first 90 seconds of that round, he took at least 6 body shots.
Big body shots.
Yeah.
He stayed calm, chilled out, let dude fire, and then he came back and mounted his own attack.
It was exciting while it lasted, and the ending was spectacular.
Let's go ahead and call our next fighter.
Everybody loves a knockout.
Samino.
Here we go with the girls' fight, the grudge match. 4th time they've graced the ring with one another.
Have you seen a Samino Hopkins matchup?
I saw the most recent one that wasn't canceled due to illness. Thought it was a booger.
Okay, here comes
Hey, James, and we figured out what the SW is in the middle of the ring, and that means Speed Works, and that's one of our main sponsors. If you want to get your side-by-side repaired, more horsepower for your four-wheeler, dirt bike, whatever you need, Speed Works is who you call.
And they've got a very snappy logo. I really like that. It's very, very, very sharp-looking logo.
And I love any place that makes anything faster or louder.
Come on down.
Samino looks to be in excellent shape here.
Yeah, she always is, and she's a good, nice little power puncher for a small girl.
No, we're going to hear a big round of applause for Tanya Hopkins, because she is the local fighter.
3-time tough man champ, tough woman champ.
And she's being escorted into the ring by none other than Mike Shepard.
Hey, and she's showing off that Doghouse Promotions championship belt.
She's also looks to be in very good shape.
All right, fight fans.
It's like a little size discrepancy. Let's see what these weights are.
3 2-minute round match. Women's amateur welterweight.
Well, we'll let the announcer do his job here and look for those weights.
Fighting out of the Patriot pink black corner, standing at 5'4", weighing in at 138.8 pounds, with a fight record of 6 wins, 0 losses. Coming to you from Murraysville, PA, Jesse Samino.
This is the lightest I've seen Samino come into the ring. She usually has a size advantage over the opponent.
5'6", weighing in at 141.4 pounds.
So 3-pound advantage to Hopkins.
Champion, fight record of 5 wins, 3 losses, coming from Vienna, West Virginia, Tanya Hopkins.
Here we go.
Let's see if these fighters can find that same range.
I'm looking for high volume. I expect a high volume, James.
Oh, I don't think either of these boxers are going to have their any problem getting their offense started. Hopkins is, when I've seen her, she's very high volume. Let's see if she comes in behind the jab, and she does. Both she and Samino seem to be making good use of the jab, and there's Hopkins throwing punches on the inside.
I'm
And
excited.
Samino-
I want to see if she keeps her eyes on her target when she gets into these exchanges.
Very good point, Bobby. It's hard to do when you're in close like that. Both boxers very disciplined with the jab right here. It's like they're looking for the right range, and now they found it. It's Hopkins that seems to be pushing Samino at this point. And Brian Howes gives him a quick instruction, don't tie up too quick. Samino with an interesting guard here. She's got a little bit of a shell here, protecting the body and on the back foot, looking maybe to catch Hopkins coming in with something. There's the close range that we're talking about, but they don't tie up. And Hopkins very educated with that jab. And really looking to exchange well here with Samino. And you're always going to get a lot of punches with Hopkins. Hopkins very disciplined with that guard. Very nice high guard. Let's see if she punches out of it, and she does. She's punching out of that high guard. She's got that guard up nice and tight. Samino a little more relaxed with her guard. She's not in the shell as much.
Again, another contrast in styles. We got the straightforward brawler, Tanya Hopkins. And we've got the back foot counter puncher in Samino,
Yeah.
who's been very good so far at thwarting Tanya's attack.
For the moment here, Samino looks to have given up on that early jab that she had. And Hopkins comes over and just tries to smother her with volumes. But Samino got a nice right hand in, and there's the bell. Nice opening round.
A good round, high volume. No real significant damage, but a lot of punches thrown.
Yeah, agreed.
Tanya Hopkins takes her seat on her stool. Samino decides to stand in the corner.
Make sure you guys go out and purchase one of our t-shirts.
I see Mike giving a little bit of instructions about a little bit of footwork adjustment.
Maybe a little level change and change the delivery on that hook after she throws the 1-2.
So Brian Heil didn't have an awful lot of work to do in that round.
No,
there.
boy, these referees have done a great job. Huh? They got two good ones tonight, huh?
They always do. Brian has a very active refereeing schedule, and of course the other referee, Bill Clancy, is world known.
Highly decorated.
Agreed.
Round two, here we go.
Samino comes out in the high guard. I'm sorry, Hopkins comes out in the high guard and disciplined with that jab. Samino always has the longer range if she decides to use it. She can box on the outside, and Hopkins doesn't let her. Hopkins is all about volume, and Hopkins comes in and Samino ties her up and reverses position. But I think the strength advantage here right now is going to Hopkins. Seems like she's been able to bump and move. There's the long range right hand that we know Jess Samino has.
Yeah, she sits back, draws you in, and then counters you with that right.
Agreed. And Hopkins is looking to neutralize it and come straight in. And Hopkins landed a nice uppercut. I'm sorry,
Samino
landed a nice uppercut.
And Miss Hopkins answered right back.
So the action, as anticipated, is hot and heavy here because these boxers, both of them are going to throw a lot of punches. Hopkins very disciplined behind that jab and that high guard. She's really had a lot of training here. You can tell, and Samino, as is her practice, is to sit back and look to counter, and there she has to take the initiative at some point, but she got clipped with something.
Another right, two rights landed, got through there for Hopkins, straight right at the end of the exchange.
No, it's volume at this point, although Samino very, very comfortable in there,
good little left
exchanging
hook.
punches. This is some really good action. So Samino and Hopkins, as anticipated, a great bout.
There's a good shot.
And it knocks the mouthpiece right out of Hopkins.
Heil's going to let him continue.
Until there's a natural break in the action. And they're not getting that. There's the 10-second mark.
Hopkins
this is going to go to the bell.
She's pouring it on.
Yeah, this is going to go to the bell. And now Samino comes back. There's no opportunity for Heil to have that natural break. He lets him go until the end bell.
And that's good officiating. It's the fighter's job to bite down on that mouthpiece.
Yeah, agreed. If we see the action at the end of this bout or in the middle of it, in between rounds.
And had Tanya not hesitated for that split, when the mouthpiece came out, Tanya hesitated before she re-engaged. Had she not...
Yeah, here it is.
Yes.
Maybe we'll see it. Samino has a tendency to leave her chin up when she's in the corner. And that might have been where Hopkins popped the mouthpiece out. Right there. Chin is up right there. Chin is up and the mouthpiece came out.
And see how Tanya looks down and hesitates a little bit.
And same thing, chin is still way up there. She's going to have, when she goes back and takes a look at the tape, maybe keep that chin down a little bit.
Yep. All right, James, we got another gas tank fight here. We're going to see who's got more gas left in the third.
Well, I hear that Tanya Hopkins is pretty intense on the cardio at the gym.
She's a consistent attendee at the gym. She's there just about every night.
Nice touch of the gloves. Let's see if Samino's going to keep that chin down and be able to generate some offense here. At long range, Samino has the advantage. It's whether Hopkins can close the distance and throw a high volume of punches, which she's always doing. Samino, always at range, is going to have the advantage with that back foot style that she has. She's going to be able, if she maintains this distance, to have a lot of success, but she's got to keep that chin down, Bobby. When Hopkins closes the distance,
good exchange. Let's see who can gain the advantage here out of the corner. That mouthpiece is getting a little loose in Samino's mouth again. I think she's out of gas a little bit.
And her chin is up again. And Hopkins, as predicted, is just a little she has a little bit higher volume. And then she throws a nice right hand that snuck in there. Looks like there's a little blood on the nose of Jess Samino.
Looks like Jess' legs are leaving her a little bit.
Oh, but she does snap Hopkins' head back with a nice 1-2. Now, looking to jab here and then hook over it. But Hopkins very disciplined with that high guard and very consistent with the volume of punches that she throws, Bobby.
And always moving forward. Always moving forward.
She threw a hook over. These long 2-minute rounds can really gas a fighter a bit. Samino and Hopkins are really holding up to these longer rounds here. Samino at distance looking to hook, looking to catch Hopkins, but Hopkins has a lot of volume and just is relentless coming in. Relentless with her attack, and there's the final bell.
Great fight. Great fight.
Bobby, I would have to say if you hold the belt, that's one heck of a way to defend that belt.
Yep.
Come in and throw as many punches as you can in 120 seconds.
Yeah, she's like the female version of Zane Jones. They just never stop. When they get in the ring, they just throw punches until it's over.
That's it, throw punches.
And here he comes, the best ring announcer in the game, back at it.
Any ring announcer is a good ring announcer because they have a hard job trying to entertain the crowd. But this one is very entertaining, I would have to say. He's doing a very good job tonight. But all the ring announcers I found in West Virginia really are a credit to their profession.
Hey, every promotion I've worked for, top notch.
Yes, agreed. Perfect for the crowds that they announce.
Here we go with the decision. Good show of sportsmanship.
It's at least the fourth time that they've met in the ring.
That's what I love about fighting. We'll beat each other up for 6 or 7 minutes, then we'll go laugh and talk about it.
So Samino fights out of the Cave Club in the Mon Valley, I know, and Hopkins is out of Vienna and fights right out of Parkersburg right here.
All right, the judges are ready. Judge 1, 29-28.
Okay.
Judge 2, 30-27. Judge 3, 30-27. With a unanimous decision. Fighting out of the Speedworks red corner,
So that is Samino's drops the decision to Tanya Hopkins, and Hopkins defends the belt in with a very passionate defense of that belt.
Highly contested. It was just the volume, the overwhelming volume.
Also, before we call our numbers, I'd like to thank our big sponsors for today, Speedworks, Patriot Printing.
Hopkins was able to neutralize the distance advantage by stepping in with just relentless pressure.
Thank you guys. Without our sponsors, none of this would be possible. Are we ready for the 50-50? Yep. All right, get your tickets ready. See if you got the hot one. Right now, the winning pot, if you have the right ticket, is $943. Drum roll, please. Yellow ticket, and your number is 103791. 103791. Who's our winner?
It wouldn't be a local bout without the interest of a 50-50 drawing.
Come on down.
Yeah, so the 50-50 winner is right here, and she's going to walk away with over $900, Bobby.
I wonder if she's going to give us any of that, James.
Yeah, she's got the 50-50. Let's see if that's the right ticket.
Half.
No, that's not a winner. We got a winner!
Yeah!
Boys!
Congratulations. Excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's finally time for our main event. I need you louder than ever. I need you louder than ever. All of your butts and on your feet. Let's make some noise. Deshaun Ross.
Deshaun Ross.
Down.
Former college football player, defensive tackle, slimmed down to cruiserweight. This guy's got big power.
Well, let's see how that power at 210 pounds does against local favorite Sean Lockery.
Hey, and Sean Lockery, man, this guy's credentialed, former junior Olympic medalist, former two-time tough man champ, former NABP cruiserweight champion, and former West Virginia State heavyweight champion. This guy's been in the ring a little bit.
Bobby, you certainly have done your homework on Mr. Lockery. That's quite an impressive list of accomplishments that he has right there.
And he's been in with some world-class talent, too. This guy's chiseled right here, Doomsday.
Deshaun Ross certainly looks the part here.
And I heard some of his guys back there in the back calling him Boss Ross. He looks like a boss up there.
Sean Lockery. Yeah.
Listen to this place.
On your feet, everybody. On your feet.
Another parade bringing out Sean Lockery, the hometown favorite. This is a parade. They got a pile of belts coming back here in the back. I don't know who these are, but Lightning Mike, welcome back, baby.
Hello.
Just in time for the main event.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good fight. I watched this the opponent in the back, and he's serious.
He's the real deal.
Oh yeah.
Mike, he played defensive tackle in college. He can split double teams, rush the quarterback, take down running back.
Good.
And wait till they start fighting. He's got all the tools.
Good. Lockery's got a big heart, a lot of experience. And he's left-handed. Lockery's left-handed.
Yep,
too.
southpaw.
He's crafty.
First, fighting out of the Patriot Painting black corner, from Louisville, Kentucky, standing at 6 foot, 209 pounds, with a fight record of 6 wins, 0 losses, coming out of Louisville, Deshaun Tuesday Ross.
So Ross comes in at 209 pounds.
And his opponent for tonight, fighting out of the Speedworks red corner. This is the Junior Olympics medalist, former 2-time Tough Man champion, former NLBP Cruiserweight champion, former West Virginia State Heavyweight champion, a veteran of 14 years, 14 professional fights, with a record of 10 wins, 6 losses coming by way of knockout against 4 Sean Lightning Lockery.
And listen to the roar of the crowd.
Yeah, they love their hometown boys.
Interested to see if Ross has a little bit of a height advantage, maybe. But I can't tell till we see him. No, maybe not. They look very even. All right. They look even. In fact, Lockery may be a little bit taller here. Lockery might be have an inch on Ross. Okay, so Lockery comes out in a southpaw position. Ross in the orthodox position. Lockery opens up with the jab to the body. Ross with the jab to the head. Lockery misses with the backhand left hand. No problem getting their offense started from either fighter. Lockery lands a left hand to the body, which Ross takes very well. Comes back, misses with the left hook. Ross with a sneaky jab from distance. Ross with another jab at distance. Ross with a third jab at distance. There's Lockery trying to work his way in behind the jab. Lockery with the head movement. Ross with the right hand under, which is what you should do. There's Ross with the right hand to the body. There's Lockery with the left hand to the body. Lockery has Ross backed into his own corner. Now Ross gets out. He doesn't want to be there against a puncher like Lockery, especially a lefty. There's Lockery with the left hand right down the pike. Lockery with the head movement and the left hand. There's Ross with the right hand, a little bit low.
Both guys working the body.
Lockery, Ross with the jab. Lockery with the combination. Lockery with the combination on the inside. Ross with the jab. Lockery with the flurry to the body. Ross feints the right hand. Ross with the jab. Ross with the jab. Lockery with the jab. Ross with the jab. Lockery with the head movement. Perfect distance for both fighters. They're both in punching range, and Ross throws a right hand to the body. Lockery with the head movement. Ross with the jab. Ross with the jab. Ross with the jab at distance. Lockery stationary for the moment. Comes with the left hand and the right hook that lands. And that startled, I think, Ross a little bit. I don't think he was expecting that hook. Ross lands a nice right hand and another. From our angle, Lockery looks to tie up. No, it's Ross with the arm lock. Ross is locking the arm. Now releases. Perfect range for both fighters to punch. Perfect range. There's Ross with the with the jab. There's Ross trying. Now they tie up. This is a very entertaining first round.
High level.
Yes. Good boxing.
Notice their lead foot. The fighter with the lead foot on the outside has the advantage.
Ross connected
Hard
just
left
as you were
hook.
saying that. We're both very aware of the foot position. Ross with the jab. Ross with the jab. Ross with the right hand. Lockery comes back with the flurry. Time.
They've stepped on each other's foot a couple times, and that's when you said he was startled. It kind of stuns you because you can't move, and it's an effective technique. Stepping on their foot and throwing your backhand.
That was a good first round. I'm pretty impressed by Lockery's hand speed.
Yeah.
Both guys are good punchers, tactical, very tactical approach.
Yeah, they're both well-rounded. Notice the backhand to the body. That's the most effective thing when you're boxing a guy opposite-handed in reverse stance.
So if you're orthodox, the right to the body.
Yes. Yes, and if you're lefty, left to the body against the righty.
Okay.
Because they're squared to it.
Right.
It's a really effective tool.
Okay, so as we come out for the second of the 8 scheduled rounds here, as Mike Shepard said, high quality, high level stuff here. Lockery opens with the jab. Ross consistent with his jab. Lockery jabbing. Lockery is not stationary, moving left and right towards and away from Ross's power, which is his right hand. Ross with the jab. Lockery is very elusive out of that left-hand stance.
He bends at the waist a lot.
He does. Lockery with a nice flurry, and Ross with a little bit of power on that right hand stops the attack of Lockery and then peppers him with some jabs. And Lockery's right back with the pressure. The pressure fighter here is Lockery. He's staying in Ross's grill and drives him to the ropes and then ties up.
I'm seeing the high volume from Lockery, the hard punches. I'm seeing his face is getting flushed a little bit. Let's check his gas tank.
Now, Ross is very consistent with the jab here, and he's very consistent. Now he threw the right hand over. Lockery looks to lock the arm there, and Ross says, hey, ref, break us up here. He's got my arm locked.
Both guys at home, and they're real relaxed.
And Lockery is the aggressor here. Nice flurry to the body, and Ross comes back with a heavy 2-3. Ross consistent with that jab. Ross is very educated with that jab. And Lockery comes back. It's a routine here. He comes back with the flurry. There, Lockery looks to take an angle on the righty. There's Ross with that, very patient with that jab. Ross loves that jab against the lefty, which is hard to do.
Boy, and he likes sitting down and throwing that hard right hand at the end of his combos.
Yes, he does. Ooh. And he cleaned it up with the hook right there that landed. Ross with the backhand uppercut from distance, and then the jab. I'm really impressed with Ross's jab against the lefty here. That's a hard punch to land. But Lockery is doing a lot of work after Ross stops punching. Lockery starts with a flurry to the body. Looks good for the judges. Wow. Ross has some power behind that right hand.
Yeah, he's got some torque. He's got some torque when he turns on that thing.
If he lands one of those, it's really going to test the chin. Although Lockery lands a couple of punches in between punches there, in the flurries. Looks like Lockery's taking a couple of deep breaths here. And there's Ross again with the jab, and Lockery comes back with his jab and a hook, and the heavier punches this round may have come from Ross. Time.
What do you think, Mike?
These rounds, I would hate to be a judge.
I would too.
I have no idea.
It's tough.
I'm just excited. Like, back and forth, flurry. One guy, the other guy. Very entertaining.
Lockery is really good at landing flurries after Ross stops punching.
Yeah,
I've noticed
that. I've noticed his balance when Lockery gets close, he's a little off balance.
Yeah,
something about his feet, and that's when Ross connects,
turns on those hard power punches.
That short left hook. He might be stepping on his foot and stumbling. I don't know.
He stepped on him twice up here, almost took him down once. We're going to see this go come down whoever's the better conditioned fighter.
I agree with you, Bobby. If this is a gas tank fight, if this gets to the sixth round with the volume of punches that these two heavyweights are throwing here, Lockery comes out, he's the aggressor. He's trying to move Ross to the ropes. Ross is able to avoid. Let's see if Ross jabs here. Wow, Lockery very aggressive here, going for the body. There's Ross trying to establish the jab, and then a big sweeping right hand that misses. Ross with the jab. Ross with the jab. Lockery with the head movement, making it hard for Ross to connect. Ross throwing the jab. Lockery hits with the backhand there. And then again, as predicted, tries to land flurries when they're on the inside. What a fast-moving fight this is. There was a nice right hand that Ross landed, and Lockery's got a chin on him.
Yeah, he's got a heck of a chin. That was a big shot.
Yeah, because he got hit with the left hook there as well. And Ross looks to be tying up, looking for some help from the referee there. And there's Lockery with the neat little flurry that is eye-catching and effective. Lockery is very effective inside with those chopping left hands on the clinches. There's Ross trying to establish the jab. He wants to keep this at distance. Oh, and he snaps Lockery's head with a nice right hand, and then with the jab, and then with the right hand.
Lockery's got his hands a little low.
This inside distance favors Lockery, who's able to get his offense with those quick little flurries, although he's not doing it at the moment.
And it nullifies Deshaun Ross's power.
And then Ross, you can tell, would really love to stay at distance and be able to jab. But Ross has got some power. Oh, and he woke up Lockery right there with a hard right hand. Lockery's got a chin because he's taken 3, if not 4, hard right hands this round.
Nice body shots by Lockery in there.
Lockery is doing a masterful job on the inside with those little flurries. And there he just caught Ross with an uppercut.
Somebody's mouthpiece is on the canvas.
I bet it came out on the little short uppercut on the inside. Ross looks to be a little bit winded here.
Yeah.
That's usually the telltale sign when that mouthpiece hits the ground.
Yeah, because Lockery is intense with that inside fighting.
I think the longest fight Ross has had is 4 rounds.
Well, if he's going past 6 in here, he better have a gas tank against Lockery. Lockery had a beautiful uppercut that just missed. Lockery takes an angle on Ross. And he connected against Ross, and Ross fires right back. Ross did not like that punch at all, and it's Lockery with the better legs at this point. Ross lands a right hand, but Lockery is a energizer in there, comes right back. Mike, this is some real high-level stuff.
Yeah.
I would not want to judge that round.
That's disheartening for Deshaun to hit Lockery with his best shots, and he just walks right through him.
I think Lockery won that round. I think the tide just turned right there. I think, but we still have five more rounds.
I saw Sean kind of puff up there when he took that big shot, and then he realized, man, I can get through these, and landed some shots of his own, and his confidence is starting to grow.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
There's no doubt. They're both tough, Mike.
his only problem's inactivity. You know, he works in the coal mines, and he'll fight. He'll take a year off, 18 months, come back, train, fight once, and not fight again for another year.
Well, he's got some real abilities, especially in that inside clinch, that dirty boxing.
He's really crafty in there. I like his body punching in there. He'll throw 2 to the body and then go back up to the head.
Yeah, and it looks like Deshaun pulled his shorts up, had him up there around, had him like Urkel style, trying to negate those body shots. The ref said, nah, you pull those back down.
And Lockery is right back on Ross. He's the aggressor here again in this round.
Oh, man.
High level action here as Lockery lays on the body of Ross. Ross comes back with a right hand, but it does nothing to stall the efforts of Lockery. Where is Ross's jab? There's the jab. There's the jab. Let's see if Ross can reestablish the distance here. Lockery comes with a backhand lead that lands, and then he ties up. This is where Lockery does his best work. This is not the place for Ross to be with his back against the ropes. He's taking shots to the body and to the head. This is not the distance for Ross. This distance favors Lockery all day long.
Oh, that looked a little low.
And it was not intentional, but it was there.
I think it ricocheted off a forearm.
Lockery, the aggressor here. Where is the jab of Ross?
I just saw Lockery reaching back, drawing a big breath, though.
Well, he's been the aggressor and the pressure fighter here. This is not the place for Ross. Lockery looked to take an angle.
Oh, good uppercut.
Nice uppercut by Ross. As they're on the middle, they're both able of landing heavy punches. But the heavier punches seem to be coming from Lockery here at this point. Ross is not at his best distance, whereas Lockery is. Ross looking to tie up. Ross looks tired here as Lockery punishes him to the body.
Yep, both guys showing some energy loss.
Brian Hiles is going to let him fight inside here as Ross looks over at the referee as if, are you going to break us and let us reestablish? And he's just not going to do it. As Lockery is doing good work in there, he's keeping his hands free. And Ross eats an uppercut and comes right back with the 2-punch combination, and Lockery lands a left hook on the inside. And Ross is showing some great stamina in here because he's really having it taken to him by Lockery. What a back and forth battle this is right in front of us. Lockery lands a hard left hand, and Ross takes an uppercut, and Lockery is just non-stop with this punching as the round ends.
What a fight. Wow, man.
What round are we in?
I don't know. I think it's the 4th or 5th.
Hey, Bobby, that's
here
the
comes,
job for the ring girls. There you go. There's numbers on those cards, Bobby.
Oh, is that what they're here for? I just thought they were advertising for Signal 12. Wow, round 5, here we go.
And Lockery, I'll have to say, looks the fresher of the two. He has not taken a seat during these breaks in the action.
This is when you find out how bad you want it. How bad do you want to be a pro fighter?
No doubt. No doubt.
Boy, this gym's buzzing, isn't it?
Oh, my. This is some really good entertainment.
Yeah, this is high-level boxing.
Yeah.
So we're entering the second half of the fight here. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and Lockery comes out a man on fire. He may be looking to finish Ross here. At least that's his intention. Maybe he thinks he has Ross in a position, but Ross is not having any of stalling the action. In fact, Ross looks like he's got a little bit higher volume on the inside. At least he did for a second. He's trying to punch, but this range favors Lockery.
Lockery's good at trapping Ross's arms, but keeping his hands free to throw.
Yes, exactly. And now, but when Ross gets his hands free, he's able to land some pretty hard punches. It's just Lockery might have a little more experience doing that, and pops an uppercut, and then Ross comes right back out. I can say Lockery has one hell of a chin because he has taken Ross's best hooks and come back for more. There's Ross's jab. There's Ross's jab. And then he drops his left hand on the jab, Mike. Yeah. Ross is dropping his left hand after he throws it. And Lockery coming with a flurry, as has been his habit during this fight, is to flurry after Ross stops punching. I mean, this geography of the ring and this range certainly favors Lockery. Lockery pushing Ross to the ropes. Lockery very content to neutralize the front hand of Ross and then come and dirty box on the inside to the body. There he takes an angle, looking for an angle. Ross really doesn't have an answer to the consistency of Lockery's body attack. Lockery's landing 3 punches, or at least throwing 3 punches and causing Ross here to tie up. And then comes right back like the Energizer Bunny and just is throwing punch after punch. He's got Ross trapped here on the ropes. Ross does not have an answer to get off those ropes. Ross is not able to maintain distance against Lockery. Trying to jab and then gets pinned right back on the ropes by the taller and seemingly stronger at this point, Lockery. Lockery snaps Ross's head back. Ross looks to tie up as we get to the 10-second bell. Lockery still letting his hands go. Now Ross lets his hands go, but it's been less frequent than what Lockery has put forward.
What a battle.
3 more.
Such a strategic fight. Boy, Lockery has just done a great job taking Dijon out of his game.
Yes.
Closing the distance, and I like how he gets him against the ropes, and he'll slide off to the right, and he'll slide back off to the left. Boy, this place is juiced up.
Mike, if Ross has lost his ability to keep Lockery at distance with that jab, it's going to be it's going to be an uphill slog for Deshaun Ross, because if he's not able to reestablish that jab, it's going to be a long 3 rounds.
Yeah, the main part of his success has been at a distance when he's got the jab. Got him at jab's length.
Yep. And there's Lockery. 3-1, Lockery goes straight in, looking to neutralize immediately. He's already, as soon as that bell rings, he's going to go straight in there, and there he goes. There he goes again.
Oh,
wow. Ross really has maintained his power through round 6. There's the jab and a huge right hand.
That one hurt him a little bit. Well, Lockery's one tough dude.
He sure is. He's got a chin, and he pops Ross's head up. with an uppercut. This geography right here favors Lockery, who's out punching Ross 3-1 on the inside. Let's see if Ross can establish his jab here. There he's trying to jab. And then immediately Lockery looks to neutralize it. He has a neutralizer. He steps right in and goes straight to the body again. Oh, there he is, just neutralizing that range, keeping his hands free, punching to the body, punching to the head, taking angles, punching with both hands. Now Ross looks to lock the elbow. Like Brian Howes is going to let him fight here.
It's like he's in there digging on a heavy bag.
This one's, oh, he lands something upstairs on Ross. Lockery just punishing Ross to the body. Ross is on the run. Occasionally he's able to land a big sweeping right hand and then hold on for life. Lockery throws a punch a second on the inside. As soon as he can get one hand free, he punches. And Ross, when he breaks free, is able to unload with some power, but he just doesn't have the inside game that Lockery has. Ross looks to be a little winded here. He's not able to maintain that distance with the jab at all. He's just taking punch after punch, including some uppercuts, which are really going to be telling. Ross maintains his power through these 6 rounds, but not his ability to maintain distance. And he's taking uppercuts from Lowry.
Huge difference in volume. Lowry's throwing 3 and 4 punches. Deshaun Ross is throwing one punch at a time.
Ross still has that wicked power, but you know what? Lockery has a chin. Ross is looking to tie up at any point here, even though he's got Lockery back to the ropes. You'd think that Ross, if he had something left in the gas tank, would create a little bit of distance and try to come with a sharp 1-2. But he doesn't seem to have that ability at this moment. And there's Lockery with 7 punches. Let's see if there's anything left in the tank for Ross, or if not, this is going to be a short bout. Let's see if there's some surprises from Ross. If there's anything left in the tank.
Both guys showing the heart of a champion in there.
No doubt about it. This is what a title bout should be.
Absolutely.
What a gas tank on Lowry.
No doubt about that. That's just amazing.
What a gas tank. What a gas tank on Ross to keep his feet. You know, sometimes when the stamina goes, the chin goes, but he's showing remarkable.
And Lockery's in there throwing big punches on the inside. Those punches have some heat on them.
One more time. I think they've been the loudest sponsor all night. Let's hear it for Frank Striking.
Oh, here it is. Here's the replay. There's Lockery throwing 1, 2, takes an angle 3.
He needs
3 punches.
When he turns that angle, he needs to stay a little tighter and not let him off the ropes.
Yeah. He hasn't really looked to punch off that angle, and he's taken that angle at least 3 times, Mike.
I know.
But that's about the only thing that he hasn't done here.
Round 7.
As anticipated, looks like Lowry's looking to press the action and neutralize that front hand. That front hand from Ross has been non-existent the last 2 rounds. There's the jab, and then he drops the left hand. There's the jab, but there's not much on it. There's the jab. That jab could keep Lockery off if he would throw it. But Lockery is going to look to neutralize it and step in.
Oh, there's a big right hand.
At this distance, Ross has the advantage, just like that. Now Ross is able to, might just be Lockery catching his breath.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not a judge, but I think Deshaun Ross needs a finish to win this fight.
Here comes Lowry. This 7th round has been not as non-stop action as Ross has been able to maintain the distance, and there comes Lowry renewing his body attack. Lowry with his hands in position to punch at all times, always ready to punch. And Ross really needs to make some use of the jab here and see if he can land a 1-2. See if he can land the 1-2. There's the 2. Where's the 1? Where's the jab that worked in the first part of the fight? Throws one there with nothing on it. There's the jab. That's the jab that he could be throwing. There's another jab. There's another jab.
Look for Lockery to get on the gas pedal now. I think he's ready to start moving forward again.
And there's Ross's jab. It's keeping Lockery only at bay because Lockery's not rushing in like he had the first 6 rounds. Ross is keeping Lowry at bay, but there's not much coming back after that left hand. I haven't seen him throw a 1-2 yet. There's a 3-2, which is the hook and Lowry comes back and snaps Ross's head back with the jab in a turn of events. There's the jab from Ross, but where's the right hand behind it? Okay, a little bit of head movement from Lowry. There's beautiful 2-3 by Ross. He's maintained his power, but what kind of chin does Lowry have?
I don't know. I don't know what it would take to get that guy out of there.
Ross has to feel like, what do I have to do to get a reaction out of this guy? Because he landed a clean 2-3, and it barely stopped Lockery. There's the 10-second mark of this round. And Lowry comes back with a little more volume. Wow.
I think the black corner actually won that round.
He controlled the distance and maintained the...
I'd say it's about 5-2. Lockery's up 3 points. In my,
Last round of the night.
You got to be impressed with the conditioning of Lowry here.
Yeah, and his ability to...
He hasn't taken... You know what? They might as well have just used that ring stool for a souvenir because they haven't even brought it into the ring, Mike.
Some fighters like that. Some people, when they sit down, it stiffens them up. Especially when they get a little older, like Lockery. I don't know how old he is. I would say mid-30s. But he's been around a while.
Okay, this is... Wow. Oh.
Slip.
Oh, hook from Ross. Right hand from Ross. Right hand from Ross. Ross has maintained his power, and there's that jab. There's the 1-2 that I was talking about. And then Lockery's back to taking an angle and trying to use volume here. Trying to neutralize and get on the inside. Ross has something left here. What an uppercut. And then Ross looks to take an angle. Backhand, left power.
Another shot.
Lockery, he's got Ross pinned against the ropes here, and now Ross escapes. But Lockery is not taking his foot off the gas pedal. Lockery may be looking to finish it here. He really has 5 or 6 punches on Ross, and he's looking to line up Ross for a shot, whether it's an uppercut or a hook. Let's see if he takes an angle. Ross head snap back.
He's got Ross on skates.
Another hard left hand, and then he falls to the body, and then a left hand to the chin again. Lockery's got some power, and Ross has one hell of a chin. So does Lockery, because they've exchanged hard hooks here all the way through. Now Lockery closes the distance on Ross. Ross doesn't have an answer at this point in the fight for the chin of Lowry.
Wow.
More of that dirty boxing.
Oh, Lowry takes an angle, and he's looking to line up Ross for a shot. Oh, he knocks the mouthpiece straight out. Breaking the action. Brian Hiles is trying to separate him. Brian Hiles doesn't know that the mouthpiece is out. Hiles doesn't know the mouthpiece is out. Now he does. Oh, and Lowry is got Ross pinned on the ropes here. Time.
Wow, man.
Some urgency here. Deshaun Ross needs a finish to win this fight.
If he has anything left, now's the time for Ross to let it go. There's the 10-second mark. What an absolutely exhausting effort by both fighters here. Oh!
Wow, what a way to
end this night.
Battle.
And
listen to this place.
And the crowd roars its approval.
Now that was a fight.
Hey, that's professional boxing right there,
that
baby.
was.
That's what I'm talking about.
Heart, gut, grit, and boxing. A lot of technique, too.
That's everything you want in the heavyweight bout.
Hey, Lockery showed me something. I'm impressed to hell.
I told you he was crafty, and he's got a lot of experience.
And it showed in this bout, Mike.
Yeah.
Ross is a promising fighter with the 6-0 record, but he didn't have an answer for the inside game of Lowry.
He just needs a little experience. He'll get a lot better after this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Watch the video and work on his game. I mean, this is his first really hard fight. He stopped everybody pretty quick, I think, in his 6 previous fights.
Well, Ross really showed a deep gas tank here because a lot of lesser fighters were at that same level, Mike, would have not been able to go 8 rounds.
No.
So we can get an interview with Lockery after this when he comes out.
All right.
I'll get it.
I'll get it.
See, we see a little bit of the action here. And you can see the back and forth action and the advantage on the inside game to Sean Lowry. So let's see what the judges come back with, how many rounds they gave to each fighter here.
And boy, both guys showed the ability to absorb some punishment.
So an 8-round walkover would be 80-72. So let's see what the scores are, how much they deviate.
Are you fans ready for this? Judge 1 scores 78-74.
Okay.
Judge 2 scores 79-73. Judge 3 scores 78-74. Winner by unanimous decision. And fighting out of the Speedworks
Man, what a way to finish the fight card.
That was a heck of a fight.
It was one hell of a fight.
One of the best fights I've ever seen in person around here.
Yeah, that was highly competitive. It was highly skilled fighters. And what a game plan by Lockery. What a game plan.
And credit to Deshaun Ross, who came in here and carried his power all the way to the 8th round.
Wow, JT, what an exciting fight.
Agreed.
I can't even tell you how impressed I am with both of those fighters. There's a big upside for Mr. Ross, and Sean Lockery showed us what ring generalship and experience can do for you.
There's no doubt that he exploited an inside game advantage to the maximum. In fact, there were times where he was out punching Ross on the inside 5-1.
Yeah, sometimes 10-1. And what a durable guy.
And the chin on Ross, it was incredible because he was taking some uppercuts in there that would have dropped a lot of fighters.
Yeah, both guys showed a lot of heart and gas tank to get through 8 rounds. That was 8 grueling rounds.
And what a great showing from the community. I don't know if while we're watching this replay, you can see at one point that's where the mouthpiece came out. Great job by the video team right there. Brian Hiles was looking to break up the action and couldn't find a natural break in the action.
Right, there was no break that whole fight, really.
Mr. Ross fought a good 20 seconds without a mouthpiece, which takes a lot of guts. You're always afraid of getting a very bad injury without a mouthpiece.
Concussion, broken jaw, something of that nature.
No doubt.
But that's what happens when a fighter gets gassed. That jaw starts to hang open, trying to suck some air, and the mouthpiece gets dislodged. And that's always a bad spot to be in.
So, Bobby, another great night of action here, capped off by a spectacular heavyweight West Virginia championship.
Absolutely.
For Sean Lowry.
And it just goes to show you can't judge a book by the cover. If you look at the two guys stand next to each other, you look at the physiques, you look at the difference in what you think is athleticism, but you just can't measure a horse's heart without a race, you know?
So, Bobby, let me say it's been a pleasure yet again working with you.
Absolutely. I was hoping to get an interview with Mr. Lockery, but I just don't know if that's going to happen.
And, you know, I'd like to see him on another card here soon.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully he doesn't take another long layoff, because he is a heck of a fighter.
Credit to the Signal 12 gym who supplied more than 50% of this card.
And our camera crew, sound guys, everybody did a great job. The officials, the judges, ring doctors.
Rodney, if you're listening to this, thank you so much for the opportunity with the just what is the excellent feed here, video feed. Kevin and Brian on the cameras have done just a fantastic job. Really appreciate you guys getting this out on YouTube, 2 days after the fight. And one of the real benefits is these boxers can go back and watch the video and see what worked in the gym and review it with their coaches and with their trainers and see what worked and what didn't and become better boxers. And it all contributes to bringing better boxing into our local communities, which is something that all these local promotions are trying to do.
Yep, and Signal 12 Gym here, Mr. Neal, who put on this event, he's not pocketing any money out of this. He's giving it all to this Oak Hill High School girls softball team, so kudos to him.
You can see what a local promotion does. It puts 500 or 600 people in seats here, if not more.
Yeah, this place was full, man.
I mean, every single seat was taken. And Bobby's going to have to remember to bring a fan because I keep forgetting to bring a fan.
Oh, I'm 5 pounds lighter after that, man.
Bring a little table fan here because this gym is packed with enthusiasm, and the temperature, both literally and figuratively, was up about 15 degrees in here, that's for sure.
The energy was overwhelming at times. It was great.
Well, you usually don't see an 8-round fight on these local cards, but for a championship fight at 8 rounds, with a local boxer. Here's while we continue the action.
And the quality of fight that it was
Oh,
as well.
absolutely. You had some very competitive matches, topped off by a match that would be worthy on anybody's card, on anybody's promotion, on anybody's broadcast. So hats off to the camera folks who did a fantastic job. The camera angles were perfect all night long. The split screens were perfect. The corner shots in between rounds with the fighters getting the advice was just great. And the replays, everyone I'm sure is going to appreciate how the action was captured tonight.
Excellent production all around.
Bobby, when's your next card going to be? When are you participating in the wonderful action here in West Virginia?
I believe the next Doghouse promotion is in June. And I could be wrong, but I believe it's at Shenandoah State Park, something like that.
Interesting.
He's going to have a show down south, and then I believe in July or September he'll have another one back up home in Parkersburg.
Well, I love coming down here and calling these fights with you and Mike Shepard and all the crew here. And
you're a star, James. Your play-by-play is on point every time, man.
I enjoy doing it, and it's always a privilege to come down here and be able to fairly and accurately call the action.
You remind me a lot of Tony Caridi. You're the type of guy where you could listen to the fights on the radio and you would know exactly what's going on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So it'd be great. We were able to talk to one of the local fighters,
Zane Jones.
And he gave us a lot of insight into his training. And I'd be interested to hear what this belt means to Sean Lowry, and if anyone he'd like to defend that belt against. Because I would think that he would be a tough match for any heavyweight in this state. And he defended it against a fellow from Louisville, Kentucky. So.
And a big, a nice-looking athlete, a guy that's an up-and-comer, and he's going to continue to fight and improve. And I'm sure he'll stack some more victories on that record before we see him again.
Yeah. He came in with a game plan and was able to execute it through 4 rounds and maintain his distance. And
now,
at some point, Lowry's volume and experience on the inside started to break down Ross just a bit.
Now, back when Sean Lockery was 5-0, he fought Dustin Eckert, who's a hometown guy from Parkersburg, who's a very credentialed cruiserweight. So that might be a potential matchup in the future for a title bout. Rematch. I'm sure he'd like to see a rematch like that. I'll be interested to see if he is interested in something like that.
So, as is appropriate for a hometown favorite.
Yeah, he loves the kids, man, and he's putting them first, and these kids will remember this forever. They got to get their picture taken with the champ.
Sean Lowry is taking a moment to get a snapshot with every person who wants to take one, including some of the youngest fans here in the crowd.
That's awesome.
And that's what you like to see, because that's the next generation of both boxers and boxing fans, or any martial art. And so you can see when you build a local promotion like this, Bobby, you're able to turn out, a good percentage of the community and see their local fighters come and, in this case, take away a West Virginia state heavyweight title in the pro boxing division.
And very deserving.
So let's see if we can maybe just have a word with Mr. Lowry if we can extend this.
Hold on for just a moment longer.
Another couple of minutes, because
he deserves a little bit of airtime. Like I said, he's busy. He's the man of the hour in there.
And I want to say thank you to everybody involved with the broadcast. And Bob, we've had a couple of places where we've had the school gyms, and it's just a credit to the schools that allow this type of competition to
Right.
to come in and
You want me to get him over here?
if you can, it'd be 2 minutes. Yeah, just if he's willing to do it.
Yeah,
Say
that's
congratulations.
That's why fighting's so popular, man. It fulfills the human condition and our desire to see combat, be part of combat, and the danger, the excitement.
Well, we did have a couple of knockouts, and thankfully the boxers were able to walk away, and I'm sure the ring doctors gave them the A-OK before they got out of the boxing area, ringside area, and that is always the intention of the athletic commission. All athletic commissions is to keep their competitors safe.
I got a full-on workout sweat over here.
Me too. So we'll see. I was very impressed with the Signal 12 gym.
Come on, look at me.
And VO2 always brings a crowd.
Always, man. They bring some game fighters too, and they've always got new ones. They're just growing them up there.
Craycraft was well represented as well. The Craycraft gym, they did a great job. So we had some exciting amateur action, some exciting pro action, capped off by what might be the best heavyweight bout in quite a long time here in West Virginia.
Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it?
So I'm sure Sean Lowry's going to get some a nice boost to his profile here in the community.
Mike said he's a coal miner.
I hope he's able to at least take a day off. Take a shift off.
He certainly deserves a day off.
Get a little extra.
Let me come down.
All right. So hey, Sean, thanks for taking a moment here. I
Yes,
really
sir.
appreciate it. Here you are up on the screen. What does it mean to win the heavyweight title here in West Virginia?
Man, it's amazing to bring it back to my hometown, the school that I graduated from, in front of this awesome fans and my community, man. It's just, there's no better feeling in the world, to be honest.
Yeah, when you came in, I noticed that any ringside observer could notice that you had an advantage on the inside. At some points, you were out punching Ross maybe 5-1 on the inside. Can you tell us about that?
Well, that was kind of our game plan, was to really work inside and work the body, because he's never been past 4 rounds in his previous career. So that was the game plan, to get in there and really wear him down. And those body shots take a toll, and they sure did.
You popped some uppercuts in there as well.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, you had an advantage on the inside. Tell me about Ross's power, because he was able in the early rounds to move you around a little bit with his jab.
Yeah, like you said, physically you could tell that he's just a big, strong, natural guy. But as far as punching power, I've been in there stronger, but he's just a big, muscular guy, so he's obviously going to be strong. But as far as sheer punching power, no. Our game plan was to really stick with it and stay on him and tire him out, because those big muscles get tired. But we really wasn't able to escalate the game plan as we wanted, but we done what we needed to do to get the victory. So
yeah,
I'm tickled.
And you did. Was there ever a point after the 6th round where you thought you could turn the gas pedal on and take him out?
Well, my corner and my coach, manager, Steve Neal, is probably the best in the business, and that was his exact words around 4, 5, and 6. He said, okay, let's step on the loud pedal and start turning it up. More volume, more power, let's get it. We know we can go 8, and we wasn't sure if he could.
On your trip through the heavyweight division, have you always had such a high volume of punches? Because I was going to say this about some of the fighters out of this Beckley area. If they're on their feet, their hands are moving.
Well, there's a story behind that, but I'm not naturally a heavyweight. I'm obviously a small heavyweight.
Okay.
And with my job and the way we work and stuff, I just can't spend the time that I need in the gym. But I'm naturally a cruiserweight and a light heavyweight. So I fight and punch like a light heavyweight. I'm busy, moving. So most heavyweights don't move like that or can't withdraw that for many rounds.
And the other thing that I noticed, at least 2 or 3 times you used your left-hand angle to try to take an angle. But Mike Shepard said, was there ever an opportunity that you looked to really land something significant off of that pivot?
Yeah, a couple times, but with the arm holding and the pushing and stuff, there really wasn't, like I said, the game plan wasn't really escalated greatly, but there was a couple times I feel like I could have moved a little further or stepped two a little closer, and then throw the hook off of it. I saw that, but by that time it was already too late and I was in the wrong position. So
yeah, I mean, it's obvious to any ringside observer he had a really high fight IQ. I think right around round 6 going into round 7, Mr. Ross was no longer able to use the jab to keep you away at the beginning.
No, and I could tell that, and I could hear that with the inside punches and stuff. I could hear him breathing, and every little punch, even if it was a little 6-inch rabbit punch, just in the sternum or moving, you could hear him grunting. So I could tell he was wearing down, and we were starting to turn it up just a touch.
So let's turn to the belt. Can I see the belt there? Yes, yeah, we got the belt there. It says champion and state of West Virginia, and it's for the heavyweight title.
Yes, sir.
Who would you do? I'll put you on the spot. Are you thinking about defending the title?
Yes, I would like to. I was hoping to this year, but with COVID stripped us and everything, and we had to regain it. So.
Was this a defense for you of that belt?
Yes, this was going to be a defense.
Okay.
But they stripped us, so this was actually me winning it again. I was going to defend it at the show, but COVID came along and stripped everybody. But no, I did not get beat. I did not lose it.
Well, this is not putting you on the spot. Who were you going to defend it against before it got canceled?
Andrew Satterfield.
Andrew Satterfield, yeah. I've seen him. Yeah. He fought Mike Mana up in Wheeling.
Yes, he did.
And dropped a very close 4-round decision to Mana. Some people thought that it should have been a draw.
That's what I heard.
Satterfield, and I actually sat ringside for that.
That's good. He's a big, strong guy. I mean, he's durable, very big. We had him planned, but he took a fight in Virginia just maybe a month or so prior to this, and got stopped, so they put him on suspension. But we kind of had to back up and punt. So we found this guy, and we know he's slick and he's strong. So.
Is there anybody that comes to mind? And if the answer is no, because you want to let your trainers and managers make that decision, but is there anybody that you would like to defend this belt against?
Just whoever. I mean, I weigh in at 208 pounds fully dressed, so I'm kind of closer to 200 to 199. Okay. But I would like to give a actual West Virginia State heavyweight guy title a shot right before I go to 199 and get the cruiserweight. Because I'm going to work my way back down to 175 and regain the light heavyweight title.
Light heavyweight. And you're from this community. What does it mean to have a local show that was absolutely packed with every single seat through the end of the 8th round to watch you win this belt?
And that just means the support and everything is here. And the support I've had my whole career is just, mind-blowing to me. And if it wasn't for them, I couldn't do it.
And they tell me that you work underground, too, as a coal miner. Is that right?
I have, yes, I have. But now I work for the power company, for Elliott.
Okay, so you're above ground.
Yeah, we do overhead power line work for Appalachian Power. So
are they going to give you a shift off so you can recover?
I doubt it.
Okay.
But I would definitely take it, but I doubt it.
Well, Bobby and I really enjoyed watching your fight, and this will be on YouTube. So both the interview and your bout will be up there, and hope to see you on the card again pretty soon.
I hope so too.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
James.
Bobby.
Thanks. It's been a great night, man.
You got it.
To the production crew, to the promoters, to the fighters, to the fans, to everybody that was here, thank you. And we'll see you next time.
All right, next time, 11:30, signing off.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.